live yet. I'm doing the tweet.
Just allowed typing.
So was I.
Let's get the stream up on my side, just so we've got some viewers.
I can't. Because
Some viewer.
some viewer.
Some viewer.
You,
Yeah.
Some viewer.
Some view.
some...
Yeah, we gotta start building. Hell, I even started doing Tuesday streams, James. Gotta get with the program.
Yeah, I
Yes.
caught it because my stream had scuffed so badly I had to cancel half of it. I had to stop early, so I went, oh, Alterra's like, I'll just go and watch that.
Thanks.
You know what I
Don't
find-
even help me out. I was streaming that night as well. Fuck you.
Look, you get more viewers than Alterra normally, okay?
What? I get more
Although-
views. I don't. I really
the
don't.
The stream is
Fuck you.
sitting at 15 views at when last I saw for the creation of the fucking logo. What's going on there? 15 views. Why can't we get that on Friday?
It wasn't at all, but I think my stream automatically set to. It was basically it picks which one it hosts, and I think it chose
Yeah.
to host Alterra this week.
Cool. Let's do that more.
No, it's because
he
people
won't.
really wanted to watch me struggle with Inkscape.
It was quite funny.
It
Okay.
was. That's just that's what Tuesday spoilers is now. It's just the DM struggles with non-world building elements.
Okay.
I'm telling you, there's a market.
There is.
Any viewers watching, come join the Tuesday streams where I struggle with basic concepts like doing logo art.
And spelling.
Well, I'm never gonna get over spelling, unfortunately, James. You know you can't make fun of that. That's an actual disability, you know. I'm
Yeah.
dyslexic.
Multiple people in this chat are offended because of that. Because
Yeah.
Hi.
So
Yeah.
you know,
Hi.
James, you think you'd be more understanding of people with, you know, difficulties in certain aspects of even just normal socialization and communication.
Yes.
Well, there we go. We got this week's razzing of James in. We're all good now.
Oh, you
I think-
guys.
I
It's
think
times like
We're
this.
now
I'm
down
glad.
a viewer.
Yeah, it's times like this. I'm glad I have friend.
I was gonna think you were gonna say that. I was gonna say it's times like this. I'm glad I have a deafen button.
No, I don't have one of those.
You do. You're on Discord.
Yeah, you just right click it. You can deafen yourself.
What does that
You can
mean?
deafen.
Click
That means you
the
stop listening to everyone else.
You can-
click the headphones button. It mutes your
It
microphone,
says deafen.
your headset, and it automatically just
Yeah.
turns off all your
Oh,
audio stuff
Actually,
with
you can
Discord.
deafen.
Okay.
You can
Interesting.
deafen individual people.
I mean, unless
Yeah.
we're paying attention to Discord, we're not going to notice. But there's a chance we might notice.
Yeah.
If you really don't
You
want
gotta-
to
you gotta
get
make a big
Start
deal
speaking
of,
to
like,
you.
You know what? I'm not speaking or listening to any of you, and then you gotta deafen yourself. It's the online version of walking out the room.
Pretty much.
And walk away.
I know how much you love.
No,
you
no,
love
no.
that gag.
Come on. The online,
Is it, walking
the
out the
online version
room?
of walking out of the room is this. Go to another channel and talk. Since I'm streaming, you can still hear me. That's
we have
walking
a
out the room. That's
that
walking
is
out the room.
specifically because one person is so bad with giving away spoilers that the admins can just send him to that room.
Go to your
That's
room.
our way of doing it. Literally, we do that. I also told someone to go to their room in Elden Ring because they used their spell too early in a boss fight that we were really struggling with. And I went, I am Saul's dad. Go to your room and think about what you've done. And he left.
No
Beautiful.
dinner either.
Well, there you go. That's your 5 minutes of chewing. Kaylee's not even in this one. I blame James for this one. You know, I think James is the common denominator.
James' fault.
Yep,
Shut up.
entirely. Yeah, tell you we go off tangent. Right, let's get into some D&D. Well, actually, Bane, are you live?
These are
Yeah, I'm
lies.
live. I'm live
Oh,
and
sweet.
I have donuts.
Look, people really only tune into this for the first 5 minutes of bants, and then they just leave.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's,
right, we say we're a
that's
D&D
the same
stream.
with Critical Role.
Yeah, we're not a D&D stream. We're just a 5-minute bants channel.
Mhm. Razz each other for 5 minutes and then.
Next
Again,
episode
Take it
of-
serious.
Alterra, the Shattered Altsphere, episode 17, Tale of the Radiant. Previously, our players arrived at the Cathedral of the Earthquaker, what was presumed to be the domain of some form of giant or even potentially titan turned out to be a ruse by a pack of were-rats attempting to hide out in this new unforgiving world. The players were invited in after the point could hear and then communicate that song to the rats of some strange serenade filled with sadness. Now the players having a brief encounter with a what do I even describe? Ogre chain biker gang.
Mhm.
Love an ogre chain biker gang. Have been invited to sit down with the elder rat. I believe we learned that they are referred to as a grey rat, to refer to as an elder, elder maverick, to tell them a little bit of how their order was founded, to serve you blue mushroom wine as well as blue mushroom other hors d'oeuvres.
Oh yeah.
They seem to be in a variety. There seems to be a paste, some little like square cuts of mushrooms, some cut into like little thin lines, other just a one or two giant mushrooms just sitting in the center of this platter.
Now, Chris, you can't forget the most important part of that is Assassin went and sitting in the whole punch bowl.
Wine. Mm.
Barrel, yeah. The wine barrel.
That they did. Assassin has now found themselves
psychic punch. Yeah.
securely in this tub of mushroom wine made by monks.
Ugh.
Also, we killed and resurrected the leader of the ogres and tortured them with thoughts from Alvina's head.
Of
Of
hunger.
hunger.
Lots of hunger.
And then Gwent killed him. Sacred flamed.
Oh, still alive. Not
Still
bad
alive,
again.
he just got knocked out, yeah.
He's currently being sat on by Susie.
Yep. After all, we've all
I'm gonna
learned.
die shortly then.
I fed her. It's fine.
Don't mention
No,
the
the
Monstro
guy.
Guild.
Mhm.
Don't mention the monster.
We don't speak of the Monstro Guild in this party anymore.
No, we don't say
Wow.
the M word.
We all
He sends
constantly
the
look
healer
over at
into
Gwen.
a sends the healer into a bloodthirsty rage.
Who did the kill? It was a monster.
Yes, we'll do a quick 5-second round. Wolfie, say hi.
Howdy, I'm Wolfie. I'm one of the streamers. I am playing Alvina Alanor, and I have donuts right now, so that's great.
How they do. Zormir.
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm the other streamer. If we're going to go down that route, I'm playing
that every
Dr.
week.
Zarmir, the artificer.
Come check out their other channels. And other channels. They've got one channel each. Come check out their other videos.
We're done.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Hi, I'm Fuck You, played by Ben.
Every time.
Yep, yep. I'm a immortal, immortal menace, goblin bard.
That they are. Gwent.
Hey, I'm TR, played Gwent, and I'm still salty that assassin scratched my car.
Need your car. I didn't stick.
I sense a new rivalry. Lou Grim.
I'm Neil, play Lou Grim, sorcerer,
Formed
reformed
cultist.
warlock. Well,
I'm sure
in the
extraordinaire.
making. In the making. I'm not quite reformed yet.
You're reformed from the cult part. You're not reformed from the
Reforming.
warlock part yet.
Yeah.
The Professor.
I'm James. I play the professor. I use they them pronouns. Professor uses all pronouns, and I'm being forcibly removed from the party at some point. Yeah,
I hate
because I'm
Only if you keep antagonizing them.
because I'm apparently being very antagonistic. Ooh.
Well, to be fair, your party or your individual goals do. You know, they don't even like clash with the party. You just go about it in all the wrong ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also find it quite entertaining. So,
And there's some good roleplay.
It's good roleplay. It's until the professor gets forcibly disassembled by Alvina and Zormir.
just remember, standard party or inner party conflict rules apply. Don't steal from other players. Have conflict, but do it through roleplay. Don't ask the DM to roll dice. Solve it yourselves, people.
Mm. Which,
And make
which
sure it has a purpose. And it's
Yeah.
advancing the overall story.
Yeah.
The point.
Hi there, I'm Ali, and I'm playing the Point, who is a dwarven artificer bard, and is going through quite a lot right now.
You're also the leader of a cult, possibly.
The cult of
He
the
is
were
the-
rat.
What's with this party and cults?
I don't know. One
I
crops
can't
up
wait till
every.
you guys discover the Gwen and Professor cult plot line I've got going on in the background.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Gwent, leader
Oh,
of the
and the
healers cult.
Alvina cult. And when we go
Oh
back
no,
to the
that's. Oh no, that's.
and when we go back to
Gather, gather.
the rebellion stronghold, and there's a cult of Alvina, which that one kid fangirl has made.
Your number one fan.
Yeah.
You know, given Zormir is probably the most prevalent artificer, you'll probably get a cult around that too.
Mm. He makes the cult of Mars from 40k. Praise
Yeah.
the Omnissiah.
And I'm Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM for the day.
Mr.
So yeah,
Mackenzie.
previously, you are all sitting around this massive stone throne, clearly designed for a giant or at least a huge or gargantuan creature. And you see this little grey rat in his brown robes just sitting, dwarfed by this giant ass throne, looking down at all of you. Two of the were-rat monks on either side, just kind of there as almost servants or attendants. Whenever the grey rat wants something, they scutter off and bring it back. And they've just returned with the food, and they've now kind of put the platters down in front of all of you.
Oh yeah, if they put it down on the table, we'd never reach it.
It is like 10 feet tall. Oh, that is fair. There's a little like rope ladder or something that they have to climb up to get onto the throne. It's a good like 5 feet above the ground.
You take full damage if you fall off the seat.
Actually, technically, you pull out your chair, you take damage.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
As the grey rat looks down.
The monks
yes,
should
so-
be fine.
Where was I? I'm sorry. My mind's gone a little blank in my age. We'll have to select a new grey rat soon. Yes, my years are coming. But before that, I will fulfill my duty to the great savior, and I will protect their messenger for the one. Looks at the point. And I hope that day is near. I truly do. Oh, I've been waiting generations. Thousands of years.
Did you hear that to the
We've
point?
been waiting
Thousands of years.
generations. 20
The
years.
point just finger guns the grey rat.
Oh, he's dead.
Just nervous finger guns.
The grey rat just kind of looks at you. Like finger points at you back.
What?
Oh, is this a new,
Toss
is
another
this a new
box of finger
creature?
guns.
Oh, at least he's...
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
I hope you realize on this world now that's going to replace the friendly handshake or wave or something.
Finger guns.
Instead
Good.
of the fist bump, it's the finger bang.
It's definitely
That-
shut up, you.
That and when you leave, it's smell you later.
Yeah.
That's what fuck you says to everyone because he's actually set the building on fire and they'll find out later.
Yes, I believe I was telling you about our savior, the goddess Melody, and how she was one of the renegade gods who tried to stop the uprising of the Mad Ones, of the emperors of the Radiant. Yes.
You said that she consumed Betar.
Oh no! I said Arkantone consumed Betar.
Ah, crosses out something in their mental notes. And
Melody, along with the other gods, I think Medici and Rayan were the two prevalent leaders of the renegades.
Of course.
But those were stories passed down even beyond my time of like 60 years. I don't know how long my people live for.
Do we know?
How long has it been? How long have we been down here?
Do we know roughly what time of day it is?
Do any of you actually have keen mind?
Yeah, but see,
No.
that is the skill that lets you do that. Isn't it?
No, it's
Nope.
you've definitely been awake for what feels like a full day, and it's possibly at some like late evening, potentially coming into dusk at this point. But it's really hard to tell as you've been underground for more than half the day.
Yeah,
Alvina is certain it's dinner time.
So that was dinner.
Going with Alvina's stomach.
Yeah.
It seems like a main meal kind of day. Or
Yeah.
time of day.
Yep. She's currently got a mouth full of mushrooms.
Fuck you also isn't listening to the grey rat at all. He's playing around with the clay cube because the ogres had another one there, and he's not seen one since we first came here, but they seem to be more common than anything else at the moment. Yeah,
Is
more
it?
common. They seem to have some kind of like common use in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
That's
playing
fine.
around with one of the cubes.
I wonder if there's storage.
Maybe.
Who knows? Is there anything in particular you're trying with them, or are you just kind of looking them over?
So, looking them over at first, you said that there's the circles on them. Fucky's can see if they like rotate or anything like that.
You do so, just kind of feeling and touching it, touching up the cube.
Mhm.
They're pretty solid. Like I said, they're made of a kind of a hard clay with the circles, almost like you've taken a finger while the clay was wet and kind of just put like a circle in each face and then kind of drawn
Mhm.
lines between them. They don't
Right.
move; they're entirely static. And there definitely seems to be no kind of mechanism to them. If they are activated, it must be through. Given they're made of clay, and you've seen kind of enough of this world of knowing kind of that it's starting to branch into like 4 power groupings, they
Mhm.
definitely seem to be primordial in some nature, right? You seem to find them during primordial wreckage, that they were with the ogres. There definitely seems to be a elemental nature to them.
I just had a thought. This is partially due to the fact that I watched Fifth Element recently. I'm gonna like still keep an eye on the monk and listening to the story. I'm gonna walk over to fuck you, and I'm just gonna tell him, try like looking for one of the things that looks like it has fire on it and setting it on fire.
Oh, okay. He's just going to pull out his fire key and stick it on top of it.
Let's have a look here. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay.
Okay.
Nothing happens. We'll get back to that in a second if you want to try something else. While the rat is talking, has anyone else got any questions for the rat, or would you like to do anything else? This is kind of just open.
I'm going to
Call that open state.
I speak across to the point in Celestion. Do you recognize any of these gods? And then want to keep an eye on the rat and see if I pick up on any sort of recognition of the melodic tongue that I'm using right now.
Oh, see if he understands Celestial?
Yeah.
Give me an insight check. He gives a quick look over to you, but gives a kind of look of confusion. He doesn't seem to recognize what you're saying. He doesn't appear to speak Celestial, or at least understand Celestial. I'd be quite impressed if he can speak it without understanding it, but who knows? He might be able to just recite off some words. Yeah.
It is a cult. If anything is
No, that's
possible,
he doesn't understand what you're saying, or at least there's not that twinkle of recognition in his eye.
Any response from the point when I
yes,
said that?
I've immediately forgotten what the question was.
Do you recognize any of these gods that they've mentioned?
I was would I? So
do you have proficiency with religion?
No one has proficiency with religion.
Yeah, we proved we're all really
found out
dumb.
last week.
So proficiency with religion would automatically let you know the names of the major gods, but go ahead and roll me a religion check since you do have some connection with religion.
Yeah.
Particularly Celestial.
Nothing.
Let's see just
Nope.
how well you know.
They're not gods, convinced of it.
You know that there are 7, or at least back in the original Alterra, there are 7 major pantheons, each with 7 gods for the Holy 49.
You got 1 point.
There's
Okay.
8.
You know, they are split between the domains in the player's handbooks.
Okay.
You've got your war, nature, trickery, blah blah blah. But as to the actual names of the gods, you recognize Rayan simply because he is the god of heroes. So
Yeah,
at least kinda, even with a 7, since it was higher than a 5, you at least recognize like the one major popular god of heroes.
You couldn't physically have gotten less than that.
Yeah. It's
In
like,
that case,
oh, Zeus. Yeah, I heard of that
3.
guy. Don't know what
He's
he's
got
all about.
plus
What
Well,
four.
he's
I'll have
getting up to.
you
I've
I'll
heard
have you know,
what he's all
James,
about.
that the equivalent of Zeus is Zool.
There is only Zool.
There is
Of
no
course.
Zeus,
Okay.
only Zool.
Who's asking for that?
You were asking for that.
Whatever.
You don't think I don't have parallels for all the gods in Alterra?
No.
in that case,
Equivalent.
the
That's
the
probably
points
all
will
that
respond. Well, I've heard of. Wait, what did you just say?
Are you referring to? Are you saying that to Zormir or?
I'm saying that to Zormir.
I said, did you recognize any of the gods' names?
That's,
I'm
how are
saying,
you? How are you saying that?
I'm still saying it in Celestial.
Huh. And point will just go. Yeah, I've heard of Rhea. That's not really that religious, turns out. Apart from,
Yes.
Songs.
the worship of a good soul.
You missed that day at Sunday school when they were handing out all the names of the gods.
You know, if the gods being real, Sunday school would be so prevalent.
Yeah.
At least drilling you the basics. Look, just don't kill anyone, don't steal, you'll be fine.
Don't do this because this god will get mad at you. Don't do this because this god will get mad at you. If you do with that, you're fine. Don't get smoked is the class name.
I also wanted
As
to
a-
see if they
as-
understood Celestial.
In the background, you still just hear the Gure rat kind of rambling on. Oh yes, and that story was passed down to the next grey rat, and then the next grey rat. The thousands of years we've listened to these tales of the corruption of the gods, the turn and creation. Just going on to like a legendary tale of how the world was created, very clearly like a fable that's been kind of exaggerated but also contradicts itself in certain parts of the story as it's been handed down over generations of what apparently is spoken. He's not reading for anyone, he seems to just be reciting from what stories he was told as a child.
The creation story with Chinese whispers, essentially, is what we're listening to, right?
No, it's Abe Simpson.
I
Hmm.
do
Hey,
have.
Ratman.
It's,
We
Is
turn-
any of this?
I would have turned it
written
to our
down?
belt, which was the fashion at the time.
I
Yeah.
do have a question for you. Where did you learn the technology to make your ogre or giant out there?
What? What's
Yeah,
giant?
Point, here's your card back.
Your distraction to stop the thunder rollers from attacking you?
Oh, I don't know. We've upheld this disguise for 1,000 years.
Would you mind terribly if me and the point had a look at it after you've
Oh yes, I think the ancient words call it a puppet.
yes.
Yes, you may have a look at the giant puppet. Yes, that is fine. Just be
Applause.
careful not to break
That would
anything.
be-
The machinery is quite old.
It is very impressive.
Oh, I thank you, thank you. When I want to ascend to heaven, there is no heaven anymore. If there is some place beyond heaven where I see my ancestors, I will let them know.
There is not.
Well,
You're not
you know what they
taking
say. Well,
Hope.
heaven could be a place on Alterra.
there are some inside
You
the
know what it's
Order of
worth.
Melody that believes there is a secret second heaven.
Ooh.
Yes, that the renegade gods aren't all dead, that they have created a place of rest for us who are loyal to the true divine and not the mad divine that now rules a third of the cosmos.
Have I heard of any rumor in my travels? Have I heard of anything like that kind of garbage? It sounds like
That kind of
Utopia.
crap.
It sounds like come to Utopia.
You be aware of the renegade gods. It's a very popular kind of belief for those who still want something to believe in, that there are still good gods out there and it's not just the corrupt. But the rebellion is also cautious with those tales, as they can often be used and manipulated by divine preachers to try and tempt people back to the Mad Kingdom or the Mad Empire.
Fair dues. Where they'll be enslaved. Okay.
Yep.
It's the classic, like, oh, anglerfish, like, here's something shiny, and you get eaten.
Yeah, so it's a very fragile relationship of trying to keep hope that there is kind of a better world or the potential of something better to keep spirit alive, while also trying to make sure that it doesn't end up with people succumbing to the rhetoric and dogma of the Radiant Empire.
Yeah.
Right. So these are these could be things that have been spread by the rebellion.
Of the renegade gods.
Yeah, that they're still kicking about and have a place somewhere.
The rebellion doesn't really spread it as so much as actually tries to like temper it and maintain it. It actually has a habit of spreading by itself,
Okay.
like a philosophical virus.
Yeah, I get you.
It's just the idea of hope kind of burns through people who are desperate, because obviously the world is very scarce on resources. Most of the world is hostile towards Noids. There is a glooming despair in the world.
A proper, it's designed to give hope, but will probably be driven by evil people.
Yeah. And it's that kind of idea of like, if people are spending too much time hoping and praying, they're not actually doing something. And the rebellion has a little bit more kind of secular philosophy to it of, no, we need to actually like fight and die and do something now. We can't just hope that the chosen or like the good gods will return to save us. We can't wait on them.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for then. I'm gonna sort of pipe up at this because I've been listening to this old person's story with rapt attention. This is what I did during my life.
Especially because
I traveled and listened.
Like a holy order that isn't dictated to the Radiant Empire, and there are cults, for lack of a better word, that are to like various powerful entities that protect them. So a cult isn't unheard of, especially if there's a powerful creature at it who protects them against the three empires or the three factions.
You mean
Why
like
do
one
you
that
not
could be a
go-
president?
Perhaps.
Gwent is
Why
going
do
to look
you not-
real shifty and start to just like walk a little bit this way a bit.
Is that
Why do you
from
not go
Luke
off
Grimm?
in search of this second divine realm?
Oh, because we've been charged with protecting the messenger.
Well, the messenger is here, and I
By the
gesture to
sound-
the point.
Also, isn't the whole point of the second heavens place that you have to be dead to go there? That sounds counterintuitive to go and search for it.
Point, could I borrow you for a second to cross at their puppet and see if we can note some notable improvements on it?
To be fair, though, we can't allow souls to wander and search for it, otherwise they'll end up in the Mad Empire. No, we feed them to the devices when they die.
Devices?
Which
Oh,
devices?
device. Oh, the sarcophagus.
Ah.
We hope that one day our faith will be enough to revive the messenger, even without the one.
Could
I
you
remember,
show
yeah.
us?
Well-
Could you show us this sarcophagus, please?
Oh, there'll be time enough for that tomorrow.
It's just a box.
Insight.
Mm.
It's just a box. I think
From
it's
Amazon.
Go ahead
I
and
mean,
click an insight check.
that's how it's sold. Right?
Yeah.
I want it to check hidden.
Yeah, that looked real. That sounded real suspicious. Can I insight as well?
Yeah.
Dark side.
Yes. Anyone with
could I have
proficiency
been-
in insight, give me insight.
I don't have proficiency.
I
Damn
do.
it.
Just
I
so
have
we're
a
not having
plus
every
one.
single person rolling. I only need one or two of you to succeed.
I got a
I
15.
don't.
I probably failed anyway, but it's not too bad.
Chris, could I have been casting comprehend languages while his talk was going on, and I was just sort of there drawing stuff in the dirt and
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
clicking cogwheels and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, you're not in combat or anything.
Spell slot for that? I thought you were out.
It's ritual casting.
Fair point.
Yeah, they just have to spend the 10 minutes and like
Yeah.
6 seconds.
Just so I have that up.
There's no like sinister snickling behind their voice or like kind of evil gleam in the eye when they say that. They seem to be, at least if not good intent, they don't have bad intentions when they're saying it. They're giving off just an old man. Oh no, like
This
you're
is
all
normal.
tired as hell.
Stupid intent. Understood.
I'm trying to see if they're like, are they fed to the sarcophagus live, or that's where the fallen go?
He said when they die, but that's a good call.
Yeah, the as you kind of glance as well to the other two on his left and right, they don't seem to be nervous by that. There's no like jitteriness or kind of like wincing when he says it. If they are fed against their will, they all seem to be fine with it, to the point where they're not giving off any negative emotion to the idea.
That neither confirms nor denies it because
They're
there's
also
a
crazy
Yeah.
from the crazy from the sound. That doesn't help.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
unfortunately,
like,
that's what insight does. It only tells you what they're projecting.
yeah, it's like
It doesn't give you an objective truth.
it's like
Mhm.
this is not does neither confirms nor denies it, but we're probably not going to get immediately dragged away, so we're cool with that.
They're just dragged away in the night, the way the way you want to be dragged away by a cult in the middle of the night.
It's fine. Alvina and the professor perceive everything around them.
With
We'll
the
be
taste of
alert.
chloroform.
Also, actually, just sleep near me. They can't sneak up on us at night if you sleep near me.
Technically, they can't attack you at night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Technically.
Just saying, there's a distinction there.
Yeah,
You
they can
can't
sneak
drag
up
me
and
up.
watch.
As soon as they try
I
to
count
kidnap you.
moving within a foot of me in an attack, regardless.
I assume Alvina has terrible night terrors for everybody surrounding her. She sleeps like a baby, but everybody around her is horrified.
Is that cuddle pile
like-
on Alvina?
like me in real life, essentially. Just punches
Does the
to the
guy-
side and bites.
Does the guy have any more to say, or are we sort of welcome to explore?
Oh, well, I was going to give you the tour and
Yeah.
maybe have some time for that, but then the biker gang showed up, and that kind of ate into that. So, how about we explore in the morning? I mean, you are free to explore if you would like. Just don't break anything, and we do have rationing quotas. So, if you could not eat everything, kind of
Yes.
looks
Yeah.
on
No.
Alvina.
Alvina's got like one of the giant mushrooms sticking out of her mouth.
We have already tried to
Whoa.
provide you as plentiful a food source as we can, and if the one has arrived to awaken the messenger, well then our organization's goal will be complete, and I guess at that point we don't need the rations, and we can just have a massive feast.
Alvina's like smiling around the giant mushroom she's eating.
Mhm.
Mm.
That is one way to motivate mention of food.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but you can see the messenger in. Oh, that's what I was going to say to the metal, the small metal one. The one isn't the messenger. The messenger is the one we guard in the sarcophagus.
The one is
Okay.
the one that wakes up the messenger, then.
Yes, the one is the one who
Gotcha.
is able to read the holy script and unleash the messenger. So the messenger may give us a clue as to finding the lost salvation. Yes, to finding the goddess Melody.
Like unleash is a term. Unleash is definitely a term that can be used.
It's the goddess melody. That's not ringing any bells to me. It probably wouldn't to the professor either, right?
Not without religion proficiency. No, not in this world anyway. Just because they're a renegade god, and the renegade gods died, for all intents and purposes, or at least were lost to history, like 6,000 years ago at the beginning of the creation.
I think me as a player actually recognizes the name of that one.
And to be fair to James, I've also just not used Melody a lot. They're one of the life gods, and I've not touched on the life gods until now.
No, we were gonna get to them with Sahara, I believe. Savara.
I think my only thing I know about them was just mentioned in Killscore Mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they were mentioning Killscore, but I can't remember what was mentioned. But I think the name is ringing a bell. So,
Medici was. That was a different one we did.
Well, I thank you for your hospitality. If it is all right with you, I would wish to explore the ruins of this area and see if I can decipher any of the carvings on the walls.
Oh yes. If you are exploring the front entrance, I do ask that you don't leave the cathedral without caution. We're still trying to keep up appearances and disguise, and going in and out, for example, might, even if the biker gang has been dealt with, I do believe some escaped, yes?
Only a half dozen.
But they may be back and in greater numbers.
Well, like Susie and Gregor are out there, so that should keep them possibly at least a little more cautious.
Yes.
If you'd like, I can set up a defensive perimeter.
No, it's
an
okay.
alarm system.
Oh, we already have one of those. That's what the gargoyles are for.
Then I will go on my search.
Yes,
Does anyone wish to accompany me? Perhaps Lou, Grim.
Oh yes, well, I'll have one of my subservients here lead you to the dorms if you would like to use our beds. I suppose we can go a night without them.
I do not require a bed.
Oh, very well. If you need anything, let old Grey Whiskers here know. I should call him Grey Whispers. Oh yeah, elders are now called Grey Whiskers. That's mighty better. Whiskers.
Can I see the sarcophagus?
Oh no! The sarcophagus is off limits until the morning.
Okay, but just so I know not to go that way, which way is it? Because I don't want to offend you by accidentally.
Oh, it's past the giant force fields.
That explains.
Are they visible force fields? This is a very important question.
Oh yes, they are like a red lightning, like a red lightning. We don't know what electricity is. There's a red lightning.
Red lightning.
Red lightning, yes.
Do you wish to explore with me, Gwent?
Certainly.
Fine then.
It's a certainly. Yes. That was an agreement. Give him a minute.
Right, as people are splitting off, let's go around and check what everyone's doing so I can split this into scenes for management.
I'm gonna go with the point to the puppet.
The rat with the blue is leading you towards the dorms for anyone who would like to get some sleep and actually get a long rest. So everyone move your minis to either one of the rooms you can see or the blue rat. Blue rat's just going to go up to the bloody rooms. You can already see the rooms. If you'd like to get a long rest.
Can I say, since I only need like a few less hours, can I, if Fuck You's going to be staying, like, try and deal with the cube, I'll be with them and then go sleep because I only need 4 hours.
Yeah, Fuck You's going to spend a little time messing with the cube and then he'll head over to the dorm room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the point's going to have this conversation, going to work out where the sarcophagus is and then
Lou's immediately
have a rest.
It's like the professor's like, Lou Grimm, do you want to follow me? And Lou's going, fuck that, I'm going to bed.
I'm off to sleep.
Lou needs to sleep.
That's all right. And I'd rather it were Gwent anyway. We have stuff to discuss.
So does Fuck You. He's not got any or very few spell slots left.
I have none.
Albina,
Fair enough.
doesn't need it, but she could probably use it.
Fuck you's gonna say to Alvina. Throw this against the wall.
Okay.
Crater. Rubble. Rubble of a former wall.
Go
And
straight
next door,
through
you
the
see a
wall.
small
Oh boy.
rat going.
It goes straight through the wall and just kills a rat on the other side.
Damn
Are
it,
rats
no!
immune? Okay, they're immune to non-magical, non-silver damage. They're fine.
What's the box made of again?
Clay.
Play.
Yeah, the rat will just be. In
It's also
pieces.
primordial in nature, so while it's not technically magical, or it's not arcane.
Can Albina look at each side of the cube and see if she can figure out anything that would be like water or earth or fire, that kind of thing?
Some kind of element.
Yes, you look at it. There's nothing. It's just circles.
Okay.
But we'll come back to you. You guys can explore that more as we go in rotation. All right, is everyone kind of place? We're gonna Assassin is gonna sleep in the wine.
Of
I
course
thought-
they are.
As expected.
Yep.
As
You
expected.
gotta get the flavour somehow.
But we're going to start off with Lou Grimm as you follow the servant rat to what appears to be this kind of, well, for lack of a better term, ratty accommodation. There's frayed, old, and kind of mismatched, kind of woven back together bedding and quilts, this kind of scratchy linen fiber that has gone through maybe 100 years of hand-me-downs and piecing them back together. Nothing in here looks new. It definitely looks like this order has been holed up in this cathedral for, if the elder is to be believed, 1,000 years. Which is like
Yeah.
15 to 20 generations.
It's quite a
I know
while.
it's they're rat people. It might be several thousand generations.
That's fair, that's fair.
Well,
But he kind of shows you to a bed that, in theory, should at least be comfortable enough. Like you've had to, in your venturing career, sleep out on rocky terrain.
I would have
or
slept on worse.
Yeah, exactly. It's at least a bed, which is better than what sometimes you've had to deal with.
Albina actively sleeps on a pile of leaves, so.
Just a question, Lou. What kind of beds do you get in a cult? Like nice soft beds?
Paper thin.
Oh, no. That's like a very basic wooden frame with what appears to be a couple layers of linen as the mattress with a very tatty, scratchy linen cover.
I thought it was referencing the cults he was in back in normal Alterra, which is like probably a better
No,
name.
that's what I thought.
Oh, to be fair, Luke was never actually in a cult.
Yeah, he was. Even if he doesn't believe he was, he probably was.
I mean, is that the whole point of a cult? You don't believe you're in a cult?
Yeah, you think you're in a church or some weird religion.
It was a church,
Exactly, cult.
Yeah, just a cult.
People were donating money.
The difference between a cult and a religion is numbers.
That's fair, that's fair. Luke, is there anything you'd like to do before resting? Do you do any preparation? Do you want to... Effectively, you got like an hour or two of downtime for you actually need to sleep. What would you like to do? It's also entirely optional. You can just go to sleep if you'd like.
Lou Grimm uses the full 8 hours and actually is the only person in the party to get 8 hours.
I got plenty of Lou Grimm sleep montages and dreams.
I'm just gonna give him the 8 hours sleep, or at least attempt the 8 hours sleep.
8 hours of unconscious, tentacle-haunted nightmares.
That's what you want. That's all you need.
Got it. Then we'll be back to you at the end after you've got like an hour's sleep. And we'll go through Lou Grimm and the Dreamscape. All right, we move down.
Lou Grimm.
We move down to Zormir and the Point. You've arrived at the entrance chamber. The rats are on post. You can see that they're using a variety of listening devices that have been kind of almost like these kind of just like tubes that have been pushed into the walls that have kind of sound echoing through them.
Scans on a string, right?
Yeah, it's effectively they've got cans on a string going through the cathedral walls to the outside, as well as one that Actually, I don't think you've noticed this. For player knowledge, they've got one that has a string effectively that goes all the way around up to the gargoyle, so they can hear the gargoyle purr. You'd actually have no way of knowing that, but here you go, free knowledge.
The little weird like cans that you have as a kid that is that makes you telephone.
It looks like they've finished kind of mending the rest of the structure. From what you saw, they were doing earlier, and they put the giant puppet back up after Alvina had tugged it all down. What would you like to do?
Oh, it's been a while since we just had a chat. I see you're a bit unaware that I spoke Celestial.
They're unaware that they understood Celestial.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
were.
Could you say something else in that?
I will have the rest of this conversation in Celestial if you want.
Just to confirm, you do understand Celestial, right?
Yep.
Yeah, character-wise, I understand Celestial. The characters just didn't know that. The characters didn't know that they understood Celestial.
So I think that would be hilarious if you looked at your character and you're like, "Oh, I actually don't know Celestial."
I remember nothing.
I thought he didn't, honestly. I thought his item gave it him, like the tattoos on his head. I thought they were an item that gave it him. So,
So, for all intents and purposes, everything is spoken Celestial right now. From now on.
these rats are gonna be so confused.
Yeah, for now the point is replying in common. Oh,
To be fair, the rats are just looking at you
You
with
went-
reverence.
I see you're getting on with the professor right now.
we have similar views on things.
That is fair enough.
Why is this party so political? You guys are making your own intrigue.
But there's just something right now that bothers me about them. I'm not entirely sure if I trust them yet. I mean, the rest of the resistance is quite open about what their end goal is to basically be free or leave, or at least make trade to get our ship back. I do not know what the professor's end goal is, and it has me worried. They're very, very calculating, I'd say, in the approach to dealing with us.
Hearing this, the point will kind of try and usher you to a corner away from the rest of the rats.
Yeah.
And just say to you,
Okay, we'll.
yeah,
Oop, we're over here now.
We are over here.
Yes.
I don't think we can trust him completely. But for now, his goals align with ours. And he is useful to have around.
It's good indeed to hear you say that. I mean, you are from the same Alterra as us, and I will tell you this, but this goes between me and you, and doesn't go back to the professor.
The point nods.
This goes between me, you, an assassin who will definitely look in your brain at some point.
From
Me,
the
you,
corner of the
and
room,
10
just
rats in the room.
It's just between me, you, the rats, and the walls. The rats and the rolls, rats and the walls all go, okay.
Gotcha.
Gwent is quite firmly helping us as well, and
Yes.
I have asked them to keep an eye on the professor. I'd ask you to do the same. But I mean, if we find out ultimately that their goals are less worrisome than I intend or I worry about, then that is all the better for us. But let's not let them manipulate us into doing what they want when we you know what we want. We want to go home.
Yes.
We do want.
The point seems a bit iffy about that one, but
What does it do?
yeah, I want
I have
to be able to go home. Yes.
I have two routes of that. I think maybe one seems quite from where we are now. The other requires us to capture Junior. If we can help you, we can maybe find a way. We just have to make sure that no one manipulates that end. And you are the one who receives the information on that one.
I see. Yes.
I'd rather you have the information because I trust you will share it with us, and we could hopefully share it with anyone else on this Alterra who wants to escape. But we need to make sure that nothing falls back into the hands of any of the big players on this world, because they would use that to invade other Alterras. Especially this Elder Control.
It's entirely true.
Mm-hmm.
So
Rubber.
It stays with us.
If we fuck up so badly, we break the entire lore of Alterra.
Oh no.
Wait, that's not everyone's end goal?
This just gives me new plot hooks for future campaigns.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
I also have one other thing to share. Artificer to Artificer.
Yes.
Heart to heart.
You know when
Fucked up.
we were in the middle of that ritual to make the golem?
Yes.
I ended up on slightly a different plane and met someone or something new to this Alterra.
Oh.
Yes, they called themselves.
Well, they didn't call themselves
witness.
anything.
They said,
yeah.
what
we
is
came
my
up with
fucking
the-
name?
we-
Mm.
we came. I didn't really have a name, so they were the Observer now, I believe.
No, they're the witness, and that's what's
Witness.
in my documents.
That's the one. Sorry, I couldn't remember for the second what
You're
we're
an echo on the wind. No,
And,
the witness. I'm not changing my notes, and also I actually really like the witness.
This is a good name. The
Good game,
Observer
yeah.
was a terrible name.
Uh,
It's a good...
The Observer is the name of a shitty rag.
Newspaper.
Yeah.
wi-
It is.
something called.
What
I
did
rest my
they
case.
do?
They were observing what I was doing, and told me that something new could be born if we tear down something the old. Damn it, my brain is.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, that's very much what they said.
If we do something, something can be born in some way.
They
Something-
said new
Something
power
or
structures
something
couldn't
about-
form until the old power structure had been destroyed.
Yeah, I'll write the stuff that I got told by it to
Yeah.
the.
You do so.
We should keep it to ourselves for now, because I don't quite know what it means. But if it's something tied to artificery, then we are probably the most prevalent
will-
people to know.
Yes, I'll keep an eye out as well. If I
Yes.
witness this witness.
Witnessed me.
But we should definitely explore this potential that you could have of finding out something about a celestial, I'd assume.
It sounds like a god.
Well, god of celestials or some form of melody.
That'd be quite powerful.
It seems to tie
But-
with your your knowledge of music as well, I think.
Yeah, the point just plays a few notes of the music. I assume is still playing in their head.
Yes, it would be. It's kind of just a backdrop now.
But
Yeah.
I will note that it sounds and looks celestial in nature. Since you understand the words that I spoke earlier.
Does it sound celestial?
Well, I've looked at the tattoos
Yeah.
and they look like a kind of broken celestial I don't understand. But
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, just music sounds celestial.
the music, well, the music doesn't have any lyrics, so it's hard to tell. It's just minor key serenade. The party be aware that the tattoos on the point's head appear to be celestial, at least kind of have the celestial script, but they're written in a dialect or a sub-language of celestial that nobody's been able to translate. Not even with magic.
So
Hmm.
assassin can't comprehend languages.
No, neither can runes of the Eye Keeper, runes of the Eyes of the Runekeeper.
No, you were right the first time.
It appears to be some sort of either encrypted language or the language just doesn't exist. And it's just nonsense.
But anyway,
Mm.
have you got any ideas how we could improve the little bit of technology over there? I mean, it may come across a bit stiff if the thing does challenge to come in.
Yeah. You know, a bit of smoke effect might hide some of the jankiness, let's call it.
Alright, I'm gonna cut this scene short just
Yeah.
to keep a rotation. You guys can discuss and also implement any minor tweaks or anything to bring it up with what resources you are willing to give away for free at this point. By which I mean any minor non-consequential resources are either around or on you. But as that scene comes to an end, we move over to Alvina and Fukyu and Abigail, who's just following Alvina around at this point. What would the three of you like to do?
I'm assuming throwing the cube at the wall did nothing.
It did not, similar to when you threw it at the door and broke the door down.
Yep.
Mhm.
Hey, Abby, have you seen any of these things before?
No, nothing like that. I mean, it definitely seems primordial in nature, but the bruised shoulders would have been the better ones to ask, and they weren't able to tell you when you did ask them. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not common enough that we've come across it. Somebody in Bastion might be able to tell you more, since they see more of the kind of salvage traffic, but it's nothing that's gone through salvage, at least.
Okay. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna basically just turn it around. Do any of the faces look like they've got different sets of symbols on them?
Nope, just one circle.
That each one has just the exact same thing on each side.
Yep.
Okay.
Faces are completely identical.
Fuck you puts his hand on one.
You do so, nothing happens.
I'm gonna take a bit of water
All right.
and pour it onto like the middle of one of the circles.
Okay. You do so. And as you do so, it burrows into the device, the water kind of being absorbed into the clay. And then suddenly you feel a slight vibration in the clay. What would you like to do?
Dunk it in the barrel of the wine.
With an assassin in it.
Yeah.
I don't get how much he does that then. I'm not gonna stop him. I might pull the assassin out first though.
That's fair. You're gonna quickly run over, knock the lid off, drag Assassin, and just dunk the cube and run away.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, with your speed and athletics, you can easily do so. As you do so, you can hear a little bit more of a vibration as suddenly the cauldron explodes with liquid as the wine is displaced and just flung everywhere. And you see in its place, let me just get a nice little, a 10 by 10 foot wall of clay.
Oh, okay.
Add water to clay, make wall. Got it.
It appears to just be a 10 by 10 panel of clay.
Any writing or anything on that? Oh, it's just
Nope.
blank.
Just a wall.
It is just a wall. For the more magic inclined of you, which would be just Fukyu, since they're an actual spellcaster, It looks similar to what you've seen, particularly with druids and such, cast with create stone.
Oh, that'd be so good with building houses for the poor,
Mhm.
the refugees. Yes.
Expando house.
Interesting. Well,
Instant tent.
here's about two of them.
Fucky's gonna put his flame key against it, see if it shrinks to like dry it out.
You do so. As you do so, you see there's a ripple effect along the surface of the clay wall as it turns ceramic.
Yeah, you basically bake
Ooh.
into the clay.
Yeah, you literally like fire makes it into hardened clay.
Mm.
Ooh.
I wonder what would happen if you subjected it to lightning. Would it become a stone golem? Mm.
It'd be a stone golem and not a clay golem.
Yeah, I just think you've ruined this cauldron.
Oh, sorry.
10 by 10
Clay.
panel.
10 by 10 wailing wall.
Ah. So pour water on companion cubes. Oh, I put claw wall. I've spelt clay wrong. I spelt it as claw.
Claw wall. Instant
claw
claw
wall.
walls.
Yeah, we'll have
Claws are made of
10 by
claws.
10 claw walls.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
piercing damage.
Splashing. Okay. Sorry about your barrel.
You just see the cauldron's been like split apart as the wall has just expanded.
To be
They,
fair,
they took you out the cauldron.
I'm apologising to Grey Whiskers. It's just there.
You spilled the holy wine.
Assassin just going, hey, that was my bed for the night.
Just grumpily like
Oh,
squelching
man.
off.
Gotta find another bed.
Technically, we didn't spill it. The wall did.
Yep.
I feel like she did, Assassin would just squelch off and go into Alvina's back.
Yeah.
There's now just a giant ceramic wall where the wine cauldron was.
It's a magic wall. It's a mushroom wall.
Also, the wine helped make the wall. So technically,
It's a holy wall.
wall.
I see. Thank you.
the Alvina convinced him it's a holy wall.
Alvina, give me a persuasion check.
I'll get.
Not 20.
Can I assist? Fuck you.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say,
fair.
if it's deception, I've got plus 13 in that.
I'll do persuasion or deception.
I'll
So here, they're
assist,
not really questioning you. It's just whether or not you can convince them enough that it is holy.
I'll assist you. There we go.
I'll
I'll,
take 33.
I'll help with the 33. I'll take it.
Grey Whiskers just nodding ferociously. Oh, you blessed us with a holy wall. All praise to the holy ceramic wall. We will guard it.
I mean, Alvina can make it an actual holy wall, put holes in it.
No, I think we'd want as much of the holy wall as possible. We will pray to it whenever we need to.
Good.
God. We've made a cult within a cult.
Yeah, we've made a rival religion in this religion. We're gonna start.
Stop making schisms inside my cult.
Some factions.
I wonder if we try and interpret the patterns in the ceramic wall, if it'll tell us our prophecy.
The legend says that the one came and said, go forth and build walls. No.
No.
The one came and said, awaken the walls.
No, come on.
You have misinterpreted his words
Come
for
on.
the last time, Greybeard.
Come
Have
on.
at me.
One said, all in all, we're all just another brick in the wall.
No, come on. You gotta. You know what it interprets to? It's like, fuck off! Or fuck you!
Fuck off! Food. It's like half the wall is food, the other half says fuck off! It's just expletives.
The legend says that walls were built to keep people out. No, the walls were built to protect. No.
But
We
yeah,
must
since
build
you've,
the walls.
You've discovered the major effects of the wall. There's the
you.
descriptions of the item.
Okay, I will put that because we've got a shitload of these. So...
We've got another like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
No, we have way more. We got 4 starting out, and we found more. I think we've got like 6.
Please don't gift the Insta walls to the president. We don't know what he'll do with them. Thank you.
I got it.
I
There you go.
tried.
Mechanically, the clay wall has an AC of 15 and 30 hit points, whereas the ceramic wall has an AC of 19 with 30 hit points.
Makes sense.
Anyone else just thinking of flying up high, like dropping them and then just like shooting water down towards them?
I
Like
was
these
thinking.
10 by 10-foot wall panels
I was
sliding
thinking.
down.
I was thinking of throwing them into the air and someone just shooting a water bolt at him.
It can
So-
also be used to
Alternatively-
block corridors or create terrain.
Yeah. Could have really used those with the fleeing golem, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I've been real handy to figure out earlier.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thanks,
please
guys.
cover what the rest of your items do. They're all
What
vastly overpowered.
happens? What would happen if we were standing on top of it, so when we drop water on it?
I'm just happy.
Imagine-
An acrobatics check.
Yeah, so, just for future experiments.
I'm just
You
happy
fall
that
off
my.
and break your neck.
I'm just happy that my dumbest
wait,
shit
wait, wait.
idea actually turned out to be the way to activate.
Wait a minute. Who has the walls? I know.
They're in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
And fuck you has them. And he's been
fuck
waiting
you,
through
has them.
fucking oil fields and things. And we haven't accidentally activated these fuckers.
That's because
I'm
the bag of
surprised.
holding is technically an alternate mini pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Also, it's soil, not water.
Nothing's actually in the bag of holding.
No.
Yeah.
Oil is very distinctly not water. So,
Assassin is very moist, though.
Assassin's in Alvina's bag,
Mm.
which is actually, I think, a very good thing that we didn't have.
Okay,
in
different
Alvina's-
bag.
I was waiting for that. That would have been funny.
That would be
Bag of
very
holding.
funny.
Wait, so if you
Just saying
put
a
one of the
follow-up.
bolts at the back of Assassin, would Assassin explode?
No, they'd just be embedded in a wall. Instant
And then
fossil.
hand in the carbonite kind of thing? Just
Yeah,
Yes.
instant fossil.
It would go to the gift that we put in. It was put in the chat earlier in memes, just to do angry old kobold in the back, but just the sticking out the head of the wall.
Yeah.
But yes, I will add that to D&D Beyond as well as Roll20 later
Yeah.
during bookkeeping. All right, well there you go. That'll be your scene for now. As we move over to Gwent and the Professor, you've moved up into what appears to be almost a storage corridor or kind of chamber. There's a number of boxes and towering kind of chests lined with a variety of casks and items. That if you kind of poke around, you discover they either have kind of scrap fabric in it or like powdered mushroom in it.
Oh,
Or at least
God.
this kind of light blue powder in it.
You hope to hell it's mushroom.
There's a
Could I
couple-
take a sample of each different thing if I've never come across it in my travels before? Which I imagine. probably not.
Mushroom cuisine is pretty prevalent throughout the Titan Guts, just because mushrooms tend to be one of the most abundant things that actually grow here. And Salvage does have a thriving mushroom garden. So maybe the blue variety you've probably not come across, but you at least recognize the powdered mushroom as a traditional kind of form of storing the mushroom. You can use it to make mushroom soup, and mushroom paste, a variety of other things. But you can take a sample of that. Everything else is just your standard kind of like fabrics or any like broken wood pieces, just standard hoarder's supply. As well as a couple of casks of the wine and what appears to be these kind of handmade, like stone-based but wooden wine bottles. Just trying to think how to describe that there.
The kind of clay bottles that some gins are sold in.
Yeah, and if you take like the stone top off, it's just more of the holy wine, But you can take a bottle or two of that. You probably won't be cautious, and also you don't have a bag holding, so you're just limited in how much you can carry. But they did mention that they do have rations, so you probably don't want to take too much unless you want to upset them.
No, it's more like a sample. It's like a very just a
you do
small pouch for scientific experimentation.
Ahead of you, as Gwen, as you're moving up, you can see what appears to be a electric red wall force field along the North Passage.
Ah, the Dwarf
And
Passage.
As you move to the left, you see this massive sewer pipeline moving deep into the wall. It's kind of covered in this growing green moss inside of it. And as you kind of look down into darkness, how far does your dark vision go?
Absolutely 0.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
just
don't
see
have any.
darkness.
As we go, I would a metal thing, like a torch, would have extended from my arm, and I would have cast light upon it. So I'd be holding a torch.
As you kind of hold it up, you can see now into what appears to be some form of cave on the other side of this pipe. And you can see not only a very dark, oily liquid at the base of the cave, but you can see just junk and heaps of junk just kind of thrown in here, as well as a smell that suggests you figured out where they store their excrement.
You found the toilet.
What have you found?
Well,
Gwen's found shit.
I think it's a literal hole that has. It's a shithole. That's what I found.
I don't understand.
Go and investigate.
Does your body have olfactory sensors?
That's a good
It is an interesting theory. It's an interesting question, rather.
Answer
It's
yes.
more
You're
I can.
not
It's more
robot.
I can sense. It's more I can sense the different smells.
Well, what do you sense down there?
Oh, God,
Discovery.
that's terrible.
Discovery.
Yeah, I think
No,
you
let us steer clear.
like mark it in your files as where that shit.
Where rat shit?
Not weird
Several
that shit.
1,000 years, apparently.
Can we see
Only
past?
1,000.
Can we see past it, or is it like a opaque?
Nope, I'm imagining a sci-fi force field because they salvaged this from the old Tomb.
The salvage that.
You can see through it. Good news.
Yes, it's ever so slightly obscuring, so it's kind of hard to make out details or anything, but you do get the general sense, almost like you're looking through...
Star Wars force field, right?
Yeah, it's a Star Wars force field.
That's like what I'm thinking. Like Phantom
Like the
Menace,
slight moving, electrifying nature of it makes it kind of hard to focus on details, but you can see through it.
And I'm guessing, does that look like what I would imagine a sarcophagus looks like?
Yes, you see a giant sarcophagus that looks to be made of this same kind of stainless steel chrome metal that you actually saw the arc table made out of, but this one has a series of frosted kind of curved glass on the top, almost like you're looking into a sci-fi rejuvenation tank.
Tank.
It's a back to tank.
Does it? Does it look almost medical ways? Like,
Give me an intelligence check.
oh no.
Sorry, Chris. Did you mention how tall it was?
Oh, at
Hey.
least about 7 to 8 feet.
Okay.
It's 1 sec.
Hello?
He's put himself
Yeah.
on mute.
Yeah, I literally just thought it was like, did my Discord just cut out?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well just then.
It's like,
No, that's
give
fair.
me one
I was conferring with the household goblin. But yes, you're seeing through what appears to be a 7 to 8 foot tall Becca? How do you pronounce it? Bacta tank. this chrome-bodied tank with these kind of frosted circular dome over the top of it, and a little bit of this kind of chrome kind of archway over top of it, where there's a soft teal light coming down into the actual like frosted dome of it.
Because me and Professor both have huge perceptions, would we be able to see if it was turned on?
Ooh, good question.
There is a light radiating down. Like I said, there's a teal light radiating down. But apart from that, there's nothing else that would suggest it's on, or at least nothing that would suggest it's not on either.
That'd be real awkward if their back to tank, which is supposed to be preserving a body, is just turned off.
There is a light going down. That is the best indication of whether or not it's on or off.
Oh, I wonder. Is there a switch?
There definitely looks to be. Actually, you don't see a panel or anything, or any like levers or anything you'd recognize. But just because you saw how the arc table was used, the paneling on the arc table didn't activate until there was an artificer near it, or someone with a platinum tablet.
You need the iPad. You need the iPad.
I wonder.
Yeah, you know what?
I wonder if
it wasn't
the Grey
supposed to be an
Whisker
iPad. It was
has-
supposed to be a schematic sheet, but it's made of chrome. It's just an iPad.
It's very
Those
Lego
is
video
iPad.
game.
Just an
You need
iPad.
another character to access this.
It's Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, just said that. Could I try? Now I have 2 of these spells, and worst comes to worst, I can move my final soul point into a spell slot, because if you'll remember, I swapped them. I'm going to try the on-off cantrip.
Ooh.
It
Okay.
allows you to activate or deactivate any. Granted, it's electronic device, but there are no electronic devices in Alterra, so I don't know if you'll allow the red gates, to be switched off.
Say it was
No,
red
they're
lightning.
they're primordial in nature. They are electronic.
Yeah. It's
The
if
range
they're-
is 60 feet, as long as the device has a clearly defined on/off function that can be easily accessed from the outside of the device. Any device that requires software-based shutdown sequence to activate or deactivate cannot be affected. So I don't know if
let me
Ooh.
square, yeah.
Give me a perception check. Have advantage if you're having help from Gwent.
okay.
And take
Gwent,
some
are you-
guidance while you're at it.
Oh,
Have some
cool.
guidance.
Thank you. Perception with advantage, and look at that guy dance. Acha!
Natural
Where's
20.
the roll? Come on, where's the roll?
So that's mine.
There it is.
30.
Hot damn.
That's a 30.
With a 30, even though you are also aware of primordial technology. This actually works perfectly with your backstory. You are uniquely situated to know what a primordial on-off switch looks like, to the point where even though it's not obvious to a layman, you can see that on the backside of these gates, there is a kind of keypad access point that would count as a on-off switch, for at least for the purposes of the spell.
Yeah, I'd like to use the on-off cantrip then to turn off the Oh wait, hold on. Hold on.
This is when
Hold on.
James
Do you
starts
have detect magic or detect alarm?
That's a
Fine
good
traps,
point.
anything-
That's
anything
a good
like that? Before I simply flip this switch and possibly trigger alarms throughout the system
No, but why are you going to split the switch?
to get a closer look at the sarcophagus.
We're going to see the sarcophagus tomorrow morning. Why are you going
Yes.
to endanger everybody for this?
I don't think you understand. My wish to find the unknown is unceasing. It is the reason why I died. Granted, now I think about it, you would think I would have learned my lesson, but
Lessons are overrated.
Don't you think that, since you died for this path, you should give it the night and then they're going to take us here in the morning anyway?
But
Also,
But then,
allow me to put this to you, my little curious robot dude. If we come back in the morning and this chamber has changed from what we see now, that will give you far more answers than just breaking in.
You are probably correct. I do not like to leave any stone unturned.
Well, there's a big black hole just to the left. So you've got plenty of stones you could turn there. I'm going to start walking away.
That was a great fucking line.
Oh, wash your hands afterwards. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
go to sleep.
I will see you in the morning.
And I'm
As
going to
Gwent leaves
go
the
for my 8
chamber,
hours, baby. I need some sleep.
Yeah,
you hear an ominous sound in the backdrop as the camera pans to Professor. Professor, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
It's so the audience, as the camera sort of zooms in on the professor's face, would hear the ticking of a clock or a metronome, and then the professor would, I would, yeah, I'm going to cast. I'm probably not going to be interrupted. I still have comprehend language up as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast detect magic, if I may, as a ritual.
Yeah. You're under no time constraint. At least not 10 minutes anyway.
Not
No,
10 minutes.
I only
like
need
an hour.
6 hours rest. I only need 6 hours rest. Yeah. So with that magic, does it pierce through, or is that place sanctioned against divination magic?
It wouldn't pierce through the force field. It's specifically designed to repel arcane intrusion.
Arcane intrusion. Damn. Find traps is a 2nd level spell. I do have it. Is it ritual?
I don't actually know if that is. That'd be really good to know.
Find traps. It is not. Damn. That's annoying. Can I? God, I don't want to do this. It's an invisible, mindless. Yeah, I do need a moment. Can you switch back to me? I just hear in the backdrop an enormous wall being created.
Ooh, man, it'd be probably quite audible.
That's probably nothing.
The camera switches away from the professor, kind of internally debating and deliberating, weighing up the risks, the pros and the cons for this. We head back to Lou Grimm, who's finally managed to get to sleep.
Yay! Poor Luke Grimm.
As we see Lou Grimm just lying there, peacefully resting. And then a little bit of little crease on their face. They kind of furrow their brow. You can kind of see them tossing and turning a little bit as we enter the mind of Lou Grimm. And Lou, tell us what you were peacefully dreaming about before
Tacos.
any sort of scene may occur.
Tacos.
I would have been dreaming about what it would be like to be back in my Alterra and
Lectures.
just wondering about casting the odd spell here and there. All happy like.
Like a menace to society does. Every
I've
spell
got
is
it menaces
fireball.
Alvina.
Every spell is fireball.
Just creating like illusions here and there. Just it'll be all nice and happy.
And as you're doing so, you don't notice that there's been an alteration to your dream. A figure standing in the corner, leaning against the wall in his black-tied suit. As he watches you. And it's only after a couple moments of him staring intently that a shiver runs down your spine and you feel his presence in your mind. The figure of President Control. He continues to watch you, but you're now aware. What would you like to do? You can either ignore him and continue having your merry little dream. You can turn and confront him.
I will turn and confront him.
You do so. Would you like to say anything in particular?
Yeah, Lou's gonna tell me fuck off because I'm trying to get to sleep here. Had a long, busy day.
You see him huff, lean off the wall, and start walking, not towards you, but kind of in a arc around you, kind of walking in a circle. You know, I was unprepared for our first encounter. I didn't expect annoyed mine to have such defenses against me. I'll give you that. No one's ever been able to rebuff me directly. Well, a few, but they don't generally live to tell the tale.
Well, I'm special, so get over it.
You are, aren't you? You know, after our last encounter, I did a bit of research.
And you discovered what shame was, and now you're hanging your head in it?
No, that's the beautiful
That's a
thing.
pity.
You know this world you've come to? This... static, stale world. It's all that I've ever known. I helped build it, you know?
I mean, you could have done a better job, like,
I
because,
think I've done...
it's like, you got a poor infrastructure built here.
Really? Oh, any tips? What would you change?
Well, I would get some housing put in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, I'll try to get a good interior designer. Gotta have these new houses looking good or nobody will buy them.
Hmm.
Just a estate agent.
I see. I'll take that into consideration. You know,
You do that.
I have been looking to expand my territory. Unfortunately, the other two factions have got us in a stalemate, but well, I don't know. We've attempted to invade the Scraplands or the Rainbow Domain before.
And it's not working out for you?
No, I was just thinking maybe I should give it another try. Send a couple armadas this time. What do you think of that?
I think you'd be wasting your time.
Really?
Lovely,
Yeah.
you're just fobbing this guy off.
Oh, fair.
It's not really worth.
Most powerful entity in the world.
One of
And you're
them,
just
yeah.
you're just giving him, yeah, you could do that, whatever. Mm.
You even
Shame.
just said yourself that this world is stale and boring and plain, and you basically don't like it.
Oh, I never
Well,
said that. I love this world. I love
You
my
just
own
said
little
it was
kingdom.
stale.
It is.
He's not
Do you
tasting
know?
stale.
You could make it better if you just applied yourself properly.
You tried to.
Put your head down. Do some hard work. Could have this place looking good in no time.
Like school therapying elder control.
I see. So that's how you want to handle this.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help you out here. Just
And
give you
here
a
I
few
was.
pointers you asked.
Going to offer an olive branch and help you out. Oh well.
I was never into olives. Not my kind of food.
Not a fan.
Yeah, it's fair. It was an optional deal. I just thought you'd want to know.
Oh, well, now I'm aware of it. So, good night.
Oh no, not that. As to what the olive branch was. But if you don't want to know what the olive branch is, I guess it doesn't matter. I'll be on my way.
Yeah. Well, maybe see you later.
Yes, that was how I really wanted to start.
But, yeah.
Sure.
Hopefully not. If it
No,
happens-
that's all right. That's all right. I'll let Steve know you said hi. Well, bye now.
Bye.
As he
I didn't know Steve
vanishes
well.
from your dream.
He was
Just
more of an
brutal. Poor
acquaintance.
Steve.
He was more of an acquaintance than a friend.
We knew him for like a day.
Well, we know him for more than a day for adventuring
Well,
purposes, but we knew the character
You
in.
guys are brutal.
It's just the intern,
It's not
though.
like we were
The
being
intern.
Yeah, he was the
friends.
intern. We just picked him up for like it was his first quest with us.
Oh, you guys, Steve sacrificed themselves to
Yeah, I
protect
don't
you.
like this character assassination, people.
Yeah,
Alvina liked
I
him.
love Steve.
Alvina got on well with Steve. That's what I think.
Wow, merciless, Lugrim. Oh, just finding out that Elder President Control knows about Steve appears to have a connection to. Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh,
No.
This is why you belong in a cult.
Yeah, I've been saying this the entire time. He's a cultist. Of course, he doesn't care.
I don't deny that President Control doesn't know about Steve.
See, if
But
he saw his minions.
He could just be bullshitting me that Steve's alive.
well, I know, but it's also new information that President Control is aware of Steve. He also referenced that you guys were in the Scraplands.
I assume he can look through his brain at any given moment. So
No, that's what Lou Grimm's protection was for.
He's buffing him.
I just thought
Yeah,
it was because he couldn't take
attempted to.
control of him. I thought he could look into his brain.
Well, you can see surface thoughts, but that's about it.
Kind of obvious we're in the scrap plans.
It was more for the connection of the fact the Nothics have Steve and they're part of the Ethereal Republic.
Yeah,
So information has traveled upwards.
the thing that I think is, if Lou and Alvina were the two characters that accepted Lou Grimm is dead immediately and just
no,
left.
Steve. Not
Yeah,
Lou
Lou Grimm's
Grimm was
not dead.
dead.
Lou Grimm and Alvina said that Steve is dead. And
Yes.
we're the two that accepted that he was dead and just fucked off, remember? We were those two in the first episode. We didn't even try to save him.
Well, he went away and it was a self-sacrifice for
Yeah.
the greater good.
Yeah,
I think you would have all died.
100%.
But yes, as Rugim continues tossing and turning as this dreamscape will take a little bit of time, Gwent, you were returned to bed. I assume you're just kind of nestling down for your long rest.
Yep.
Go back to Zormir and the point. You guys have made a couple upgrades to the device. What would you like to do?
Shall we get everyone and head to bed now?
We're going to need a rest before tomorrow.
All right, so you guys are heading back to bed as well.
Well,
So the point is going to try to go to bed, but given all the anxiety about what he's going to have to do tomorrow morning, won't sleep. But I'll see what everyone else is doing.
Oh yeah.
Before going into that.
oh,
Don't worry, you guys will have another opportunity to do stuff. You don't have to stay in bed.
I'm going
Yeah.
off to see if find everyone and say that we're heading to bed. And I'm generally
Wait.
trying to see what everyone's still doing.
Alvina's
sure.
already asleep somewhere. I haven't even said where. Actually, I just said she's gone off. She's gone off and gone to sleep somewhere. Whether it's
Mama
in the
Zormir
bed, or in a
going around
corner.
checking people.
You're gonna find some leaves.
Which brings us to Alvina and Fukyu. What are you guys up to in the main chamber?
Alvina's already asleep.
Just in the main chamber. You've oh, the
Possibly in the-
secret's over here.
I didn't move, but so I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm going and falling asleep somewhere. I'll find a corner.
You just go lean against the wall, and that's it. You're just like sitting against the wall.
Now, Vina
You
be
get it.
leaning against the holy wall,
Yeah,
sleeping.
she stood up, just arms folded against the holy wall, completely out cold.
Went in the wrong
Well,
direction for the holy wall then.
I didn't move. I'm not moving me. I've not even got my hands on the keyboard.
Fair enough.
That's because I'm moving, y'all.
Yeah.
Assassin will just be away. Abigail is going to look at you sleeping, being like, all right, I guess. No, I'm sorry, Alvin. I can't sleep against the wall. I'm going to go find a bed.
Probably ask Abigail if she goes past. Has everyone went to bed yet? No?
While Vena's asleep, she's just not sleeping in a bed. Is that common?
Oh yes, that's normal.
Right. I don't think it's gonna be good for her spine. You might want to like carry her to bed, or
Oh no no
I
no
know
no no! Anyone who tries to move
yeah.
her could end up decapitated.
No, I did wonder that. Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Just come out. Let me go back here. Do you often get into this much danger when traveling? It's just
That is a
in
very difficult question to answer because I can't answer for this current Alterra. I can maybe answer for our old Alterra, but not this one.
No, that's fair. It's just this is obviously my first day traveling outside of salvage to the point where we left this morning, and so far we've
Been attacked like 10 times.
we've like gone south, and there was, I'm pretty sure I caught sight of like swamp raiders or something coming after us, and then we went into an underground tunnel and there was giant worms. That was really terrifying. And then we obviously met the Oni twins, and now we're embroiled in some sort of plot to do with the Oni King and regicide and saving someone. And then obviously we're here and there's the bikers, and
Oh,
it just seems like quite a lot for one day, don't you think? I was expecting adventure. I
that
was
seems like a
expecting.
Tuesday for us.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask. Is this normal? Should I expect and get used to this level of pacing, or?
Yes, when Alvina's involved and there's something to hit, she will hit it. Diplomatic protocol is not always our best forte, but we're trying. I mean, you saw how well we tried with the Oni.
No, and well, actually, I wanted to ask about this too. You seem kind of, oh well, don't tell Alvina, but the more reasonable one.
Oh, yes. I am usually seen as the more reasonable one of this
Those
group.
two.
And don't get me wrong, I'm super excited about this. I'm learning so much. But are you sure we can trust the Oni? They're giantkin. They're not. They eat us. Like that's kind of what monsters do. They either enslave us or eat us, or.
It is at least a step in the right direction to maybe having people of the more giant size on your side.
I guess so, and it's not like Bastion doesn't have one or two monstrous denizens.
Doesn't it have Oni? Doesn't it literally have Oni who work for them?
Yes, they have at least one or two Oni mages, but they generally keep to the outskirts, and they're not like seen in town.
Because I can see right now the rebellion is lacking in manpower. And to fight against one enemy, you need the manpower.
No, and I do agree with that. And it's not like I'm not like radical against them like some of the other fighters in Salvage or even in Bastion, which it's a heated topic even in Bastion. If we're just going to be bringing, especially Drax, like the Oni are kind of lower rung, and they're kind of neutral enough that while the more radical elements of Bastion are against their presence, even they kind of tolerate them. But I don't think Drax would play well with the more radical elements there. Just to be aware of if we ever get to that.
I believe Drax is more of my persuasion of an inquisitive mind, and we might be able to use his intrigue to persuade him onto our side. Is what I'm gambling on.
It wasn't against Drax. I'm getting a little bit more no, he still weirds me out, but I can see. I at least feel confident that if anything were to happen to me, Alvina would at least kill him. Yeah. So that's nice. At least I feel slightly better about that. If I'm going to be eaten, I at least will be avenged. No, that was just a warning about Bastion. There's a lot of political factions in Bastion. It's not as it's not as unified, yeah, as we'd have liked, or as the Dark Phoenix would like.
Well, that is something that we maybe can work on. I mean, you've been shown time and time that we are quite powerful heroes from our Alterra. And even though we probably would say we're not the most powerful from our Alterra, we're still fairly seasoned.
Hold our own.
No,
we can hold our own. Which
it's
seems
hard to imagine.
Which seems to be what's lacking here is the strength and resolve to fight. I'd say.
Oh, yeah, I think you guys are all on my father's level. Like, there might be one or two at Bastion who could probably rival you, but in terms of just tech items you guys have, I think you put your power levels above most.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to also, I guess, warn you to be cautious in this world. Like you've said, monsters aren't as maybe prevalent, or they might be more, I guess, domesticated where you're from. But
monsters are not even remotely domesticated in our world. We fight
You're
some.
talking to the wrong person.
We fight
the one that domesticates monsters.
We fight some horrible creatures, giant things, and mechanical monstrosities, and everything. But I mean,
Alvina domesticates monsters. This is not a normal person thing.
And Elf comes from a different part of the world, which she's probably encountered a lot more fair creatures than I have. I mean, I'm from a different part from her, but yes, I mean this
sounds fascinating. I just want to make sure that we're being cautious. I'm sure there are monsters who could help us, and there's creatures that might not be evil or might not eat us. I'm just when you've grown up, kind of being kind of taught to be very cautious, and that any monster could eat you. It is hard to uningrain that, and honestly, those who aren't cautious do generally end up dead. So,
I am entirely cautious. I just know that I have backup to deal with the.
That's true.
And I prod for the right sort of areas to try and invest the more agreeable of around here to work in our favor. And that's all I can do. I mean, I saw an opportunity with the Oni to persuade them to maybe be on our side. I see an opportunity to maybe convince some more of those ogres or giants to work with us. I don't need them to work directly with but even if we can point them in a direction to cause enough chaos somewhere else to take the more threatening elements off us, that works to our advantage. It's called tactics.
That sounds good. Thanks, Stormir. This has really helped.
It is my pleasure. I hope you have a pleasant sleep, and I hope I've dissuaded some of your more pressing concerns. I mean,
you have.
I am the more precision tool, and Alvina is the hammer.
I can definitely see that. I think I was just worried that I'd gotten myself too swept up in just Alvina's energy, because she's wonderful, and her energy is so just captivating. But father also taught me to be disciplined and to make plans and to think them through and to not be rushed. So,
she's very disciplined with her blade, but she does rush into battle quite fearsome. It is, well, I'd say the barbarian nature to be the first into the fray and
last to leave it.
The last to leave.
Spoken as a true colonizer.
Or the first to sometimes even sacrifice. I've seen many brave barbarians take the brunt of the attack for their allies, and
Sure, Albina do it.
You kind of see her just kind of look a little bit more somber. No, I'm well aware of that. We've lost quite a few more barbarous personas from the camp.
well, if we can get a hold of the airship or even recover some of my lost propellers, or maybe even convince these people here, or find out what we can from here to, which I have to say it was maybe a promising way to get out of here, out of this Alterra as well. Possibly. I'm weighing up the options. I have a few, and I would like to offer that option for the Alliance to get out.
Maybe.
The
I don't
rebellion.
know how I feel
could-
about that one.
The rebellion would probably thrive in our Alterra compared to with here. I mean, it seems like a extremely high upward battle. I mean, there is one alternative I could think of as well. If I am able to perfect this technology to get us between these our two Alterras, maybe reinforcements from Mars. You've seen how skilled and strong we are. I could probably convince some of the more adventurous parties from the guilds to come along.
I think I like that one more. Save more of those here. But I'm gonna thank you for this talk, Zormir. I'm gonna head to bed now.
That is good. Have you seen where the professor and
I saw Gwent come through here a little bit ago, but I think the professor is still off exploring the East Wing.
okay.
Night,
I'm
Zormir.
going to see he doesn't do anything rash.
Yeah, good luck with that one. That one's curiosity will get them killed more than they already are.
Yeah,
Okay.
killed again. Again is the word.
Yeah.
Die for the second time.
Dead, part 2.
As Zolmir walks through the throne room, I'm assuming we're going to call it, he sees "fuck you" carving his name into this new wall.
And Albina stood up, arms folded, eyes closed next to it, just leaning on the wall, and very clearly doing the thing that she does, which is equivalent of sleep.
Zarmio does look over at fucking go, did you make that wall?
Yeah, there's also shattered, like, pottery around
Yeah,
here.
Because I recognize where
yeah.
the cauldron was. Just as I'm getting close and
I'm gonna let
passing.
you guys roleplay. I'll be back in 5 seconds.
Fair enough.
Just before you go, I'm just going to say, you also recognise where Assassin was.
Yeah. Fucky's just going to turn to him and say, "Nah, assassin turned into a wall."
This is
Assassin is also-
yeah. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. I will roll against your bluff.
Go, do it!
I will roll my insight against your bluff. I want to
Natural
see
1
it.
and natural 20. That's what I'm
Against
banking
my
on here.
deception. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I mean, I rolled low there.
You did roll low. It's beatable.
Oh, 22.
Hey!
Yes. Sure.
Zormir knows
they
you're
did.
bullshitting.
Assassin pokes the head out of the back, goes, "No, I didn't."
Yes. You're totally a wall assassin.
Yeah, I did. I have a wall. Best I can do with my voice. I can't do very well.
That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's not me.
No, I guess that.
Well,
Kaylee's going to listen back to this and think, "Oh God, they're mimicking me now."
Yeah.
Is that
When
what
you-
they
when-
think of me?
Menace.
Unless they're also watching the stream, so they're probably listening to this already.
The stream
Yeah.
kind of went down.
Mine is.
Um,
If the
yeah,
stream
I-
has gone down for you all, You're watching it on my end, so good
I
on
think
you.
it might just be Twitch.
Yeah, it's still live.
I don't know, but it says "be right back" on mine anyway.
Oh, refresh the
Oh
page.
dear.
Refresh the
Yeah,
page.
refresh the
Yeah, it's
page.
still live here.
Yeah, I think that's on your end.
I'm definitely looking at the software and it still says live. And it's not
Yeah,
had any frame drops or anything like
Showing is live on my end. I'm just going to quickly roll something and just see if it comes up.
That is an impressive unarmed strike. Holy
Wow.
fuck.
Yeah.
What you doing here with this 0 damage?
Apparently,
just-
the stream apparently went down, so it was just a test roll.
Yeah, just testing, making sure it's actually still up.
that. The real role was the deception against insight.
The inside deception was legit, though.
To
Yeah.
see
I was to
whether.
determine if Assassin was a wall or not.
Because that's what they said to me as I walked
No,
up.
I'm going to say, don't give them any more context. That's all the context they need.
Hey, well, you have fun with your wall. Where did the wall come from? As I'm still walking.
Came from the bag. Came from the pot.
Okay. When you feel like telling me where it really came from, I will be.
It came from the pot.
I will.
Also, by the way, because I like the idea that Gwent had earlier, if you walk like fairly close to Alvina, because she'd be up against, she just swings her arm in complete sleep.
Just like unconscious reaction.
Yeah. Boom.
Nice. All right, before Zormir gets to this chamber, the Professor would have had a little bit of time to have made their decision. Professor, we return back to you as the camera flashes back. Zormir making their way clearly towards you. What would you like to do?
Camera would flash and see the professor whispering. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you. I said
No, I'm not.
I'm very aware. I just wanted to continue the
Well,
joke.
trying to do a scene here, though, guys.
Go for it.
So the professor would just be twisting a thin band of copper that's around one of their fingers
Okay.
and muttering, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me in there?"
You talking to a corpse?
I don't know because the DM doesn't know.
It's the night
I'm
mother.
attempting to communicate with the thing that's in there.
With the thing. While
there is indeed a thing in
the force field is up,
Yes.
you hear nothing but static.
Hmm.
You're aware
Then I
that
sit
force
down.
fields would prevent communication.
Then I sit and a ritual cast divination.
All right. Like in general, is there a specific spell here?
Well, yeah.
There's a spell divination, isn't there?
Yeah, the spell divination. The
Oh.
magic in an offering puts you in contact with a god or a god's servants.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to, if this thing is a god or a god's servants, as these people claim it to be.
Just because they believe it to be that doesn't necessarily mean to say it is.
Yeah, but still, I'm going to attempt to contact this creature, because, or whatever might be inside the thing. I have to do it.
So you have divination?
Of course I do. I'm a cleric wizardy type, basically. Deals with the soul.
I thought that your spells all came from wizard. Fair enough.
They have
Oh.
access to both cleric and wizard spell lists.
Sorcery.
That's very cool.
Soul magic.
Heck.
And I attempt to reach out my mind.
That will take 10 minutes for you to cast. So I've got
Yeah,
time
of
to
course
walk
it
up
does.
there.
Well,
They're
I
probably
don't know.
coming in right as it finishes. I imagine.
You've had some long conversations.
That's what I imagine. He
All
probably
right.
comes in right when it's finished. I imagine because
Fair enough.
I'd say 20 minutes is a fair bet because you've done 2 rituals, right? GM.
Let's see, you've had 1, 2, 3 scenes, so 25 to 30 minutes. Yeah, since the Professor was still with you when they cast their first one, because they did it while everyone before they'd split up, I think that's fine. This will come in essentially at the end of like the second scene towards the third, since you didn't do a full scene for the third one. You'll come in just as they've been able to like finish this up. Especially because I assume they'd just start doing a couple seconds after Gwen left.
If I free you,
Let's see. 1 second. I need to check
Okay.
logistics. Does divination
Alright.
bypass? The field isn't directly going through it.
Probably context.
It's 4th level. I'll allow this. I think 4th level's powerful enough. The force fields are only designed to stop lower end magic.
It can stop exactly up to a fireball.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good one to brace against, isn't it?
They also don't technically go around the whole room, they're just on the passages, so technically the magic just goes up and around.
Oh, I could have busted through a wall.
Yeah, use the Alvina tactic.
Yep.
Yes, it's to be fair, I think that would have taken you much longer without magic. To be fair, you
So
could wall shape around. No. Anyway,
Yeah.
So I do have meld with stone as well. So I ask the whatever it is, or I attempt to ask the whatever it is in the giant casket. Do you wish to be free? And what would you do once freed? Would you help me?
Interesting. Your magic and offering. Because you're not making direct communication with it. You're just asking a question. I'm more trying to work at the logistics of it's unconscious, so you would get back the same kind of sad melody.
It's like a trance-like state. It's almost like sort of as I cast it, wires go into the ground, and I guess it's very Horizon Zero Dawn, and sort of you see like the wires on the machine, if there are any, sort of glimmer with a similar kind of energy.
So since this is magic,
I guess I'm trying to mind link. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you. Effectively, you're going to get like the subconscious response to it. Repeat your question. You get a single question, and it has to be an actual single question, not like 5 questions bundled into one.
Oh man.
Divination, that's how it works.
So unless you want to recast this after your long rest for a second question, I gotta adhere to the rules of the spell. It can be a little bit generous if it's slightly vague, but it can't be multiple questions linked as one.
I intend to free you. What will you do if I manage this? Or rather, will you help me if I manage this? Or if you are free?
That's fine. You're not making a genie wish. I'm not going to be facetious with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing what I know about his goals and personality.
I will eat you.
Yeah, I really want to just hear a psychic backlash of "the world is mine."
Yeah.
Did you specifically tailor that to what it will do to help you, or what it wants to do?
Oh,
because you change your question towards the end.
Well, I say what it wants to do. Good opening act.
Yeah, I will give you the answer to one of those. But this is a bargaining session, and you can bargain with it after it wakes up if it does.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, what do you want to do? I'm gonna get that first, and then ask if. Yeah.
Find out how evil it is first,
and then I try and bargain with it.
Yeah. It's an agent of melody. Let's get into this lyrics.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
music.
Because so for you at home, the reply might be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. All right, yeah. Chris, bust out the cryptic rhyme. Make me proud.
It might not be a rhyme. It might just be music.
Come seek us where our voices sound. We cannot sing above the ground.
It's a fucking merfolk.
Yeah.
We don't know. Good curveball.
See if you can answer this one, Zormir.
This is a merfolk being worshipped by a cult of rat people underground. What the fuck? Where the fuck are we?
Don't think too much into it. It's Chinatown.
Okay. You hear back the to the sound of the sad serenade. A lover dead, love does die. A heart broken, I hear her cry. The pain, it whelms, it threatens to destroy. A vengeance burns. Arkanto must die!
Well, we know what he wants to do.
So there you go. That's the reply you get back.
We know what it wants to do.
If
We've
there are
got
any sort of
that now.
vestiges of the spell left as it retracts, I want to just convey a sense of wanting to help. But you might rule that I can't do that. But I'd like to attempt it.
No, that's fine.
As
If
it
anybody
sort of
actually remembers
reflects.
what I just said and wants to write that out for my notes, because I made that up on the spot.
Oh, I've written it down.
And the part I've
Great,
got
if you could
is
paste that so I can remember.
Yeah, Akito must die. That's the bag. Also, fucking good
I
improv
missed-
there.
Yeah, I got a lover
missed out
dead.
line
A
three.
love die.
A lover dead, love does die.
Mournful
Da-da-da-da,
cry.
Broken heart.
I hear broken heart. I hear her cry.
Mhm.
I missed the third line, and then vengeance burns was the fourth. Arcantum must die.
I'm gonna have to rewatch my own damn
Yeah,
stream
Yep.
later.
Absolutely. I'll just
Someone
just
clip
rewatch
that.
it and
Someone clip that.
I'll clip that at some point. Yeah, I
But yes,
convey a sense of I want to help. I
do
will
so.
come back. As the sort of tendrils retract.
Well, good
As
to know.
you're also hearing the now, it appears to be in infernal. You recognize the infernal tones, but as it is telepathy, it is translated for you into a language you understand if you don't understand infernal. But you
I
do.
have comprehend languages up
Well,
for
that
the
too.
next 20 minutes.
To fair, telepathy just translates it anyway.
Yeah.
But you recognize the consonants of the way they're speaking as infernal. They are singing it in infernal when they say it.
They're a devil, essentially.
As well as there is a great deal of pain to the lyrics that just kind of washes over you as you feel the emotion behind them as it's transmitted into your mind. To the point where even you can feel your, maybe not like your heart directly breaking, but the feeling you get when you watch somebody you love and respect go through great heartache and pain.
Okay.
That kind
I
of
remember-
second-hand heartbreak.
Yeah. Even though their heart currently is mechanical, they remember, I imagine, what it would be like to feel heartbreak of that sort. So.
But as
yeah,
you
it's
finish up, you can
interesting.
hear footsteps of a, I guess, mechanical nature because you're wearing an Iron Man suit. From north or from south up the corridor from where you came.
Yep, I am sitting down on the ground, and you watch Zormir as you approach. Sort of like mechanical tendrils are retracting themselves from the ground.
As
the
Zormir, you
walls and
enter
such.
into the scene.
Hello,
Well,
Doctor.
I-
I've not turned around at this point.
I hope you're not causing any more problems for us. You know that we are going to go find out what's going on in there tomorrow.
I am aware.
Then
But
why
I
ca-
resent that you would think I would have caused problems beforehand.
If you spent any time with you in.
I'm gonna stand up now and turn around and backlit by the red lightning. What makes you think I have attempted to cause any sort of pain, Dr. Zomir?
It's not pain, it's more acting on your own intentions and own impulses, which I don't quite know what they are yet.
I'm sure your business is your own, Doctor.
I know, but my business is to try and make sure everyone comes back alive and not endanger people by doing something rash and stupid. That's Alvina's job.
I mean, we've already failed on the
Hmm.
everyone come back alive front.
Yeah, I tried to help them.
Maybe not.
I tried, but
The professor doesn't speak for a couple of seconds and then takes a few steps forward. How did you lose your leg, Doctor?
I lost it chasing Junior. I have my own things I want to sort out with them. Mainly, killing them dead forever. But I see the means of the need to get him back and find out the information I need before killing him. I see the importance of dealing with the bigger pictures here than my own petty means.
Did you act rashly? Did you rush in? Is that why you lost part of yourself?
No. I tried to save my mentor. And that is all we're going to say on that.
Tried. I assume you did not succeed.
Well, I am fighting a vampire as a normal human. He ripped my leg off, tore my arm off so I couldn't fight back, and then killed my mentor. You can understand that I am none too fond of the friend of this person, and
Hello.
have spent my time hunting them for some time. But
I wonder, has that rage consumed the person you were before?
no,
I wonder if you would put your current allies in danger to gain this revenge. If you
No.
had to choose, Doctor, if you had to choose between getting your revenge, avenging your mentor, avenging your lost limbs,
I know that
and
will come
the
at some
possible
point.
death,
But I am not putting their safety above that. And I think Alvina would quite happily help me end that incessant
sure she
vampire.
they would follow you to the end, but only because you are the thinker among them. But what happens, Doctor? Tell me, for I have lost two. I have lost even more limbs than you have, even more of myself than you have.
Mhm.
What happens when your brain is gone, when your ideas are gone? Who do they follow then? Will they be scattered? Perhaps think on these people that you march toward their doom.
You say I'm marching them towards the doom. Why?
Yes?
Why do you say I'm marching them towards the doom? I'm not marching them anywhere. I'm trying to fix the problem of us being stuck here.
Not
I mean,
every problem can be fixed, Doctor.
if anything, Zormir is chasing after the rest of us, trying to get us go in a certain
Slow.
direction.
Yeah, I have to get Zombie is
Oh.
trying to rein us in from going, oh, you want revenge? Cool, let's do it now.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you want
And it'd be
revenge
through
on
her
some?
own volition.
sorry. On you go, Bob.
You want revenge on something? What?
Put it on the docket.
Explain.
No. I have come to peace. I have come to
Is-
terms with what happened.
Then what drives you? I need this information so we can gain some trust back here.
Professor
I know.
turns back towards the red electric door and the sarcophagus and walks a few steps and then looks back at you. I want my body back. I want to return to who I fully am, as I'm sure you must wish as well.
Then how about we work together to that goal rather than on our own separate tangents, and we agree on something rather than me constantly fighting you for bloody hell's sake.
I will follow you for the moment, Doctor. But if I believe you are leading me, Astray, or Abigail, or the rest of your party, I will call you on it. And it may not be a popular opinion, but you have to listen to me. As one who has lost more than you should listen. I'm sure there may be a time when the others will doubt the direction you lead them in, and that may not happen for some time, and perhaps even self-doubt may creep in. But I will assist you in any way I can. It is the function I was designed for, to be of assistance.
Well, if you want to be of assistance, tell me what you're after, and I will help you get there. I only wish to help myself and my allies, and possibly even the rebellion, to fix whatever the hell this place is. Quite frankly, I am quite shocked at how much fight there's left in the Noid race here. I get that there's so much tragedy and so much pain and sorrow and loss and things like that, but I suppose we're coming from a place with more than yous have, but we will do what we can to assist and hopefully come up with an alternate, if not a solution, to the problem at hand. I am working with so many little bits and pieces of information. I need more to work with. I need us to gain more allies and not to see these monstrosities and monsters as enemies, but maybe even some form of distraction for the more prominent threats. Do you understand where I'm going with this? I am trying to come up with plans here. I'm trying to point things in directions, and I just don't need people working against me and not knowing what people are working towards, because chaos ensues only there. I tried to rein in enough chaos from these people. Have you seen Alvina, for fuck's sake? Trying to rein her in is tiresome. And you actually see him take off the helmet and look genuinely haggard and tired at this sort of statement. Yes, I am working at 1,000,000 miles an hour trying to figure out everything, every angle. But when someone with your intellect throws a proverbial spanner in the works as well, I don't know what to do but try and barrel through, as Alvina would do. Do you understand my distrust of you now? I from your explanation, I can understand your frustration. I can even sympathize with your frustration. But I'd like to point your frustration in a creative way, if I can. And your knowledge and intellect in a way that we can work together, rather than fight against each other for control over these insanely
maniacs.
I'm trying to think of the word. I'm trying to think of the word for impulsive natured individuals.
Omnishambles.
Omnishamble. Omnishamble is what a zombie spider would do.
So, at that last line, the professor who's standing about 5 feet from you now, and who's you get the sense that it's almost like being examined. It's almost like you're under a microscope, like they're examining you. I think you and I are alike more than we even realize. But the way you talk reminds me very much of President Control. You may wish to be careful that they do not pick up on that either.
I
Good
understand.
night, Doctor.
I understand control is very controlling, but there is chaos with our group, and I try to rein them in a little bit. I am not exactly in control entirely myself.
But you wish to be.
Not
Do
in
you
the
not?
sense of, not in the sense of this group. I don't want to be the one who has to take charge and lead all the time. I have my own ambitions and my own wants, and I want to be the one who gets to sit back and do make my own little
You
creations at times,
You
but
could leave.
and watch what chaos they'd wrought on this world. No.
Alvina desires a fight. The rebellion requires fighters. You could still leave. You could still walk away.
But I have set myself a task. And as a good artificer and a proud individual, I will set myself to this task and go forward. If I can be assisted by you and the rest of the people here, I may be able to accomplish my goals.
I will assist. But I have...
And if you'd like to try and rein those them in sometime, I am all for it. Go for it. He looks at you dead nice when he says this. But good luck. You will
Thank
need
you.
their trust to rein them in.
Their trust stems from your trust. If you trust me a little more, they will too. Now, if you would excuse me, Doctor, I wish to stand vigil at this door. I will not interact. You have my word. You can trust me on that. I will merely stand vigil.
Fair
I
enough.
will see you in the morning.
I am going to sleep now. Please.
Good night, Doctor.
And I'm going to tromp off.
If you go past Alvina, she's
Nope.
gonna try and sleep clothesline you on the way past.
Wandering past
I'm gonna
this way now.
ritual tiny hut. I'm gonna ritual tiny hut and just sort of set myself in that corner and position myself in such a way during my sentry's rest that I'm recording anyone who comes up this passageway, essentially. And that's me for a list as well. Oh, I'm shaking. Oh man. Are you alright, Bob?
Yeah, I'm good.
Get
Alright,
up, E.
okay, cool.
Get up, E.
Cool.
Yeah. Inspiration points for both.
Yeah, I'd agree with that actually on that one.
No, that's fair. Both of you get inspiration. Well,
Yeah.
both of you get destiny points. We don't do
That's the one.
inspiration here.
And now use it for something stupid.
Yeah. Use it for like using a magic item that'll blow up and and destroy something in the area.
Actually, yeah, before I go to sleep, I'm going to cast my Wand of Wonder into the pit of feces.
Oh god!
Oh no!
I was about to say fireball. It's all methane in
Absolutely.
there. Boom.
No, I don't. I'm in it for. I wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't do something that stupid.
I would.
To be honest, I wasn't sure if you
See
actually
what it
meant
would
like.
be.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you meant like casting a spell through the wall or
100.
just lobbing it in.
It would have been
Is-
100.
What
is
would
100?
100 do? I've never read
If I target a creature, it turns to stone, essentially.
Petrify.
You petrified
I
them.
got a 100 roll again, and it does two things.
If you target
Nah,
a creature
don't
DC
make it fun.
15 Constitution carry, so it's instantly petrified. It is restrained. Yeah, it's just petrified. Instantly petrified.
Petrified the poop.
Cool.
It turns into stools. It turns into copperplate.
That's what would have happened. For a second, the professor thinks, no, I need to rest.
Here's the thing. Thank fuck that you didn't roll that in the Oni fight, in the ogre fight.
No, that would have actually done better because he would have instantly petrified the Oni.
The difference was you were in the way, so you were giving it cover, so it would hit you.
No,
It might have. It
The
doesn't have a line
target.
of sight.
the lightning bolt it hit Zormir because of the effects of the spell.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. All right. So, Zormir, you're heading to bed. Yes.
Yeah. Am I gonna
Alright.
get interrupted on halfway along?
Who knows? Who
Are
knows?
you gonna drag fuck you from the throne room as well?
You have to go
Oh, yeah.
near Alvina for that, just as a warning.
I might look over to fuck you and say, "It's time for bed."
I'm nearly done here.
For fuck's
As
sake.
we approach into the night, people are starting to fall asleep. Fukyu is finishing up their masterpiece.
Also, at some point in the night, fuck you wants to go to a sort of secluded area, cast sending and scream at Big Toe.
Yeah.
That's fair. You do so. But before we get into tonight's slime stuff, we all effectively hunker down. Professor does their tiny hut. Everyone is at least in bed and are either sleeping or not sleeping. And as we get to the nighttime activities, I need those who wish to not be sleeping to roll me initiative, simply for sake of order. So if you want to go scream in the middle of the night, if you want to go sneak off and investigate or explore anything, roll me initiative.
Does that count in I have 4 hours sleep and then do something?
No, this is if you want to effectively go sneak around in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Then
No, I'm positioned. I'm positioned where I want to be for watching people come past. So I'm good.
Alvina's going to long rest for 4 hours, then she's going to do stuff, but this I'm assuming is happening before that. So
Yes, this will be effectively 2 hours into, well, maybe not. Since you're all going to bed at different times, this will effectively be like 2-ish hours in, just enough so that you could still get a long rest if you needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I spent
when
20
you're trying to sleep.
yeah.
All right, so as Fukyu is still finishing up their masterpiece and I assume is at least going to bed before getting up to scream?
Oh no, he's probably gonna do it before he goes to bed.
Oh, okay, in that case, you can just do
Yeah,
that before
yeah,
heading
you
to
can
bed.
go
This
first,
is
yeah.
more if you
Yeah.
want to do it like in the middle of the night.
I mean, probably at some point he will do, but not tonight.
Then you do so. In that case, I only need the point and also a random initiative.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, 12, interesting.
It's the
gonna-
ogre that's going to get eaten by the Hydra.
Oh yeah, the ogre is still out there, isn't it?
He's being sat on by a, 8-ton Hydra, so it's not
For
gonna-
8 hours now? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for 4 hours, Alvina's going to go check on him. That's what she's going to do when she gets up, essentially. So.
That's fair. The point, everyone appears to have gone to bed. Even some of the monks have started to rest down now. You can only hear skittering from the far south where there's still there's still people on watch, effectively, ready to ring the bells and wake everyone else up if needed, but the daily workers have gone to bed. Let's go ahead and put you guys away here. Yep. This is where it's just hanging out with a bunch of rat people. This one's just sitting in this couch here, and this one's just lying about the floor. You know, I'm just imagining these rats curled,
Rat
these
pile.
poor rats curled up
Yeah.
now on the carpet.
Yeah.
Hashtag pile of rats.
Yep.
Hashtag rat pile. Hashtag rat king.
And
Hashtag
even
song of the Rat Pack, but it's at night, so it's a jazz bar.
It's a lullaby of the rat pack or smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz.
all right.
Can there be a radio presenter rat who's just, we're bringing you nighttime music from the rats. Smooth rat jazz coming at
It's
you
the
at
same song.
103.9.
It's just Melody's song just being
Yeah.
played over and over again.
Yeah, it is. You're listening to Melody Time with me.
Not
The
grey
messenger
whiskers.
in the sarcophagus.
Blue whiskers.
Blue Whiskers. Oh, Blue Whiskers. Yep, perfect. Sinatra.
A young Blue
reference.
whiskers. He's a young one.
Cool. We got 6 rats on watch as they do a quarter of their numbers at any one point. The rest are getting some sleep as there's still other activities they need during the morning, such as harvesting and all that. So they only keep 6 on. The rest can get some rest. The point,
Grey
about 2
Whisker's
hours.
Sorry, is Grey Whisker's just asleep on the throne, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
It's massive.
Yeah.
She just makes it his bed, just pulls some covers up. The burden of responsibility. About 2 hours into effectively the wrong rest, or just a little bit before the 2 hours, the point, the perfect moment has come. All the other rats have gone to bed. You can hear their little snores as about a dozen and a half of them have now just kind of packed in onto the carpets and have just kind of snuggled up and are falling asleep.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
So the point kind of went to bed, but never really went to sleep, and has spent the time everyone else has fallen asleep in, kind of tossing and turning, anxious about what he's going to have to do tomorrow. So he's decided to wake up to basically gone, okay, I'm not going to get to sleep. Let's see if I can do anything helpful. And he's going around. First thing he's going to do is going to try and find some containers and just empty as much of his alchemy jug into the containers as possible. Just as a keeping himself busy.
All right. You remember there's some containers to either the bottom south here. They've got a couple cask and crates lined up. Or you vaguely remember just kind of catching a glimpse of a storage chamber to the east there. But you could probably find an empty one down here south, especially having Alvina had been close to. Similarly, a couple of them got drank.
Yeah, so he'll fill that up with, I think I've got wine, ale, honey, mayonnaise left.
Okay.
So just give so in separate things, but so just so that I can replenish their stores a little bit.
Okay, you just so.
But while he's doing that, he'll constantly be looking over to that passageway that leads to the place, and kind of quietly wander over.
You can see Alvina just lying against this new ceramic wall. Fuku has gone to bed at this point. Grey Whiskers just sleeping on his throne.
Yep. Yeah, at the point we'll look at the wall and think about something, but not do it.
It appears that Fuku has scrolled across it.
Yeah, so he's got a half absent. Oh, and what does fuck you scrolled across it?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Fuck you, just written his name.
Fuck you. So it could look
Classic
it could be graffiti.
Fuku.
Oh.
If he thinks he can do it quietly, he's going to right tool for the job some chiseler's tools and just put underneath SUX.
You are aware enough of Alvina's, given you have entered with them, to stay clear. So it is a little bit awkward as you're having to go very far to the right to do it, keeping a very safe distance from Alvina.
Out of fist range.
But you do have the knowledge to attempt to do it, or just to do it.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Yeah, fuck you used his dagger to carve into it.
I assumed he did, yeah.
Yeah.
It's he will do that, and then when he's done procrastinating doing the thing he actually wants to do, being awake, he'll start heading towards. So he'll start heading towards the sarcophagus. With where the professor is, he probably wouldn't notice that the professor's there until he's closer. So.
No, but you are on a stealth mission, so go ahead and roll me stealth anyway.
Yeah,
since you're also trying to be wary of were-rats.
Yeah.
While you've seen most of the were-rats hunkered down, it's not impossible to believe there might still be one or two on patrol.
18.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't think an 18 actually beats the professor's passive, which is something ridiculous.
It's like 20-something, isn't it?
So as you kind of peek around the corner, you can see this tiny hut.
It'd be camouflaged as crates and boxes and stuff.
Okay, let me just check the tiny hut spell here. Let me just check mention of camouflage.
Fine, I would make it look like the stuff behind. I'm making it look like the wall behind me.
Oh no, that's fair. Are you gonna upcast it?
How?
I don't know. You're gonna use a destiny point here to camouflage it, because I don't think the spell allows you to do that.
I make it look like the surroundings.
That's still not what it does on the spell.
It doesn't
It's
do that.
opaque of any color you choose. Which color would you like?
Well, what
Get
color are
one
the
colour.
things I'm against?
Brown.
Brown.
There's just a
then.
brown dome.
The shade
All
of
right,
brown.
so look around. There's a brown dome in the corner of the room. It's oddly hemispherical, very suspiciously hemispherical. Given everything else here looks like actual crates and wood, this just looks like a brown dot.
Yeah, and I've seen the Professor's Hut before.
Yeah.
So
You are
Probably.
also an
You've seen it
artificer and a
virtual.
magic user.
So you know what
Twice
tiny
over.
hat is.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's true.
yeah. So
Fuck you has
how
used
aware am I of
many
there being
times.
a second entrance to this place? Up there.
To be fair, I don't even think you're actually aware of this entrance technically.
Yeah, fair. I was told the sarcophagus was down here, so
Yeah, this would be the most obvious kind of route. So as you look around, you can see that in the professor. You are not aware of there being another entrance, but also you're also not aware of there not being another entrance.
in that case,
You can also see
Yeah,
a
I will-
giant pipe to the left.
I will
so-
cast invisibility on myself for this then, via
fair,
my
fair.
magic item.
Nice.
Right, you head back out. You cast invisibility, just because I assume you want to do this outside the professor's range.
Yeah.
And then you head back in. This time, give me stealth with advantage.
Okay.
Do I hear the spell being cast?
You do not. It's far enough away.
All right, fair dues.
You've got it.
But also, to be fair,
Roll it
easier.
again. You've got advantage.
Yeah, I don't know how to do advantage via.
Barker.
Oh, they were both bad.
Alvina notices you go past, but doesn't care.
while you can't see them, you apparently can hear them.
They've
Like,
got so
given what I'm about
confident.
to do, that makes sense.
They're so confident in being invisible that they'll not hear me.
Just humming the song as they walk along.
They're probably just talking to themselves, just
And I'm
like
done.
it's just another performance. It's just another performance. Just another performance. You can do this. Just another performance.
You just go fucking dome. Seriously.
Yeah, we'll kind of walk up, kind of eye the dome, keep an eye on it, but sit
I mean,
himself
it's
down.
Don't move.
Yeah, so assuming the force field doesn't change when I get close, he's going to sit himself down in front of. He's going to sit himself down in front of the force field, kind of position himself. So he's invisible, so this doesn't really work, but he thinks it does. Position himself so his back's to the professor's dome. Kind of takes Merida out, puts it on the floor in front of him, unlocks Merida's casing and takes out her core. And just holds it, looks at the sarcophagus. Just another performance. Just another performance. And then pulls out, let's say, 3 coins, and just starts playing on just the core itself, which none of the other players would know this, but none of the other PCs would know this, but for the audience, the core is kind of a round harmonica type thing.
Oh.
So we'll just play some 6-second tunes on it and magical tinkering them onto some coins. Just put those in his bag. Put his deck of illusion up his sleeve, just so he can get to it very quickly, and then we'll probably spend the rest of the night sat here, not sleeping. So I'm happy to take exhaustion if that's relevant. But we'll just kind of sit here thinking through what he's going to do in the morning.
That is fine. More importantly, though, are you fine with not getting the benefits of a long rest?
Wouldn't get any spell
Yep.
slots or anything.
Yeah. So, Ali's not fine. This is what
Yeah.
the point would do, though. So,
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I'll give you a destiny point for
Mm.
going a long
I'm gonna have
rest.
1 spell slot next time.
Jesus.
Oof. Oh,
Dumbass.
That's some dedication to the role play.
Don't worry, I'll concuss you when you leave so you can sleep on the Hydra.
yeah.
That's
But you
not
do
a
so.
good idea.
Hmm.
Don't worry, you can get a rest once I concuss you.
You won't need to do the con check, or I think it's save until the morning. So until after the 24-hour period. So I'll worry about that later.
Okay.
But for now, you spend the night doing so, just kind of going through what you'd planned, just playing your music, and the night.
Yeah,
drifts
so
on.
he'll put the
When-
core away before he thinks anyone else is gonna see it.
When fuck you screamed at Big Toad, what was his reaction?
You did this as late as possible for going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking find you.
I'm coming for you.
It's been long and oh no, I actually know. 'Cause
Actually,
this
no.
hits one of the
He wouldn't. He wouldn't have screamed.
Huh?
He would have asked, "Have you found what's missing yet?"
Oh my god, that's I already know what event is cap. Okay, no, that's my
So much
personal.
worse.
It's so much worse because it plays exactly into the event you guys triggered.
God.
You just get a gleeful whisper back. That we have, and the warden's not happy. I've got permission to come find you, you little shit.
Oh, right. Yeah, fair enough.
Out of
I've just
character.
realised what they've realised.
Out of character. Fuck you hasn't taken anything.
No, I'm aware, but it's Abigail.
Yeah, it's Abigail.
Oh yeah.
I cast sending to the warden. Let
We're
him know.
gonna kill you.
Had to be done.
Why?
Yeah, to fair, we'd have
Yes.
noticed anyway.
Yeah. Had to be done. He told his daughter, no, you can't go with these people, you'll die.
Is she dead?
Not yet.
Exactly, that's good enough.
But yes, that was the response back.
Well, we're gonna get that showdown between Big Toe and fuck you.
I mean, at this point, fuck you's just confused because he was just fucking with.
He's like,
Big
oh
Toe.
fuck, what have I taken?
I don't remember taking anything.
And,
Just like-
Season 1
and
finale.
Big Toe sounds a little bit different as well.
Yeah.
He's usually a bit.
Honestly, for a brief moment, I thought it was like someone had intercepted the message.
Yeah. So did I.
No, that's fair. It's because they were a gnome. I thought they were more thingy. Forgot what they sound like.
Were they?
They sound sort of like.
Maybe a half. Like I don't know. They're one of the small races.
Short.
They sounded
short.
neurotic.
Like they weren't a kobold. That's all I remember.
They were not a kobold. Yeah.
They sounded
That's
neurotic
my
a
kobold
bit
voice.
Yeah.
because
They weren't a
Big Toe-
kobold and they weren't a goblin.
Okay, whatever. Shut up. Okay, we got it. This is my voice then.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We did, you little shit. Ward has given us permission to come hunt you down.
But as that happens, and you you would have been slightly confused as to I didn't see anything, did I?
Did I take something? He starts looking through his bag.
The night progresses,
Basically, yeah.
and about another 2 hours into the night, so about 4 hours in, halfway through your long rest,
Oh, at you.
eventually, the professor and the point. What's your passive? What is the point's
Checking.
passive?
13.
Okay, that's decent enough. The point and the professor, you are both hear a mumbling sound from down the chamber behind you, as coming into view, kind of just drudging their feet and mumbling, kind of eyes down, not really paying attention. You just hear the voice of Grey Whiskers. I gotta pee again. Oh, every time. I just gotta. God, my bones are getting too old for this. Oh, come on, go to the business. Get back, get some rest. Yes, that's the plan. Oh God. And then you just hear the sound of liquid hitting liquid.
Oh no.
So he's like getting up to go to the bathroom right as Alvino wakes up, right?
It'll be 4 hours in, so
Yeah.
yes, if you only need a 4-hour long rest.
So I imagine the point would just be falling asleep at this point, and then be woken up again.
That explains why you don't get your long rest.
Yep.
Trauma.
It's because of the old guy pissing.
About 3 minutes later.
A 3-minute piss.
Oh, gotta lay off the mushroom wine.
Something strangely psychic in the wine tonight. What was going on there?
You're just sitting kind of stretching. You hear some bones cracking. I should be more careful of that. Kind of just looks at the giant brown orb to his left. Looks over at the point, back at the brown orb. He's not quite sure where to look right now. What's happening here? The one, did you make this orb? Is this a holy orb?
Oh, yes.
The point will just go, that happens sometimes.
Mushrooms didn't agree with me. Mushrooms
Don't
didn't
worry
agree
about
with
it.
me.
I'm just
Giant turd.
Resemble.
It happens sometimes, but not like that. I'm just
brown.
It matches the shade of the wall, but it's just a giant dome.
He just comes over and starts tapping at the dome. Oh, it's got like a solid. I thought it'd be squishier.
Really didn't agree with him.
Professor, you just hear rat claws on your dome as it's just tapping away.
I also see it.
You can see
I'm
through it.
fully aware of what's happening.
It's like a two-way mirror.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
my recording thing's always on. I just have a sentry's rest 6 hours.
Look, I just want to do rats in the night joke. Leave me alone.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
good. I
Like,
like
there's
it,
a
it's pretty
rat
good.
making noise outside your fucking sleeping chamber. What's It's really disturbing and annoying.
Can it get a vague bit of electric shock, or it's kind of caught in a cog gear or something?
Yeah, that's fine.
A bit of static.
Bit of static charge.
I see you found the sarcophagus room. Yes, I often came here in my younger days to listen to the melody. You know, some of my forefathers said if you listen really closely, you could hear lyrics in the song. I've never heard anything. Maybe I'm.
It's a song that doesn't end.
No, I think it's more like the lyrics I saw.
Well, maybe the lyrics just aren't for you to hear yet. Maybe it's all just an introduction.
No, that's fair. Do you think you could really awaken them? The prophecy said the one who could understand the melody or could hear the melody would be the one to awaken them. But I don't want to put any pressure on you, but we've kind of been waiting 1,000 years for this.
No pressure, no
The
pressure.
boy would just sigh and say, I won't let you down. I won't let you down.
Oh, that's fair. If you want a moment with Melody, we have a statue of her in the north, just through the mushroom room.
Mushroom. Another mushroom.
Through the mushroom.
The boy's kind of seen this room now, so say, I would like that. Yeah.
Oh, but don't go through the sewer pipes. No, that place is full of piss and crap. No, go around through the throne room.
Don't go in here and see the.
Oh god, Alvin is in the way.
Yeah. Morning.
Oh.
Oh, you've gone now. I guess I better start getting these old bones back to bed.
The point would wait for Grey Whiskers.
In that case, you're gonna be waiting a while. Oh,
He's not sleeping anyway.
you know, it's nearly my time to pledge my allegiance to the messenger.
Oh,
Oh,
is
yeah.
that something you don't do early?
Oh, well, you want to do it before there's any risk of death, you see. Otherwise, your soul could slip away and end up in the divine armies.
Oh, you meant like okay, yeah. I'm sure you've got a lot more years in you, old rat, old man.
Old
Maybe.
rat man. Man
Old
rat.
dying rat man.
Maybe, but well, we'll see. We'll see if what we need for tomorrow's ritual.
Got it.
Oh, hey, there's another one. Hello.
Hi. Alvin will still be stretching, like doing morning stretches.
Oh, are you fully awake? Because I only got up for a late night piss.
Oh, I don't need to sleep that much. It's great.
Oh, that's very. You know, you're taller than this one. What are you?
I'm enough.
Oh, I think I've heard of elves. Oh, there's a story from the ancient days. What was it about an elf? No, I've forgotten. You know, my memory isn't as good as it used to be.
I've
mostly
heard
just-
one.
Yes.
There once was an elf named Venus.
Oh.
Dot, dot, dot. And the point does not finish that.
Your memory's going as well. I
I
understand. That.
remember that one. Dot dot dot. Yes.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
you know,
legendary elf Venus.
Okay.
Morning, Alvina.
yeah, you're not using.
I think the professor's orbing down there, so you might want to give him some room.
Professor's orbing down there. What does that mean?
He sits in an orb sometimes and like mutters to himself. It's kind of weird.
Wait, who's the professor?
The metal one. The metal one that's not a cow.
You made so little impression on
What's
me.
a cow?
The one with horn. It's like a horse but with horns and
The
fatter.
metal one that's not with the horn. So the little metal one. Wait, are you saying there's a person at the center of that turd?
Turd? Yeah, that's
Well,
tracks.
so he keeps telling us, but I think he's just a robot.
Yeah.
No, that is not in character.
Oh right. I thought he was like, I'm gonna go. Yeah, this is about right.
I'm sorry,
So-
James, but you set yourself up in the side of a,
really did.
of a brown dot.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I can see and hear all
James
this, and there's a single tear running down the professor's face.
Oil.
James does have a very long history of making turd-like objects.
So do I, but that's just natural.
Yeah, it's called a human.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I
If you don't
in
mind,
D&D
I'm not
games.
as spry as I used to be. I'm going back to sleep.
Oh, sure. I was
Doing
just
well.
I just heard voices and I was going to see what was up.
You're
Midnight piss, as I just said.
Mm.
Yes, I want to get my rest for tomorrow. 1,000 years of legacy might be accumulating tomorrow. Oh, exciting!
hmm
You know what? I think I might actually be too excited to.
Yeah, the point will help. We'll help Grey Whiskers up there, but then head round to the statue.
That is some impressive power. Well, what
I
are you
mean-
up to, point?
I'm just imagining Grey
The God
Whiskers to essentially be the professor from Futurama.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
Albino will just ask the point, where are you off to? Before.
well, a lot of mushrooms.
Well, they got 24 people, 4 mouths to feed here.
Yeah,
And one Alvina now.
so the point's
Okay,
just
fair
saying to himself, just going, "Wow, I should have given them more mayonnaise."
Yeah, as the point's going up there, Albina will go, well, and just wandering off because she's going, I need to feed the hydras and the ogre that we've kidnapped, and
Yeah, the point would probably say, just give a brief. I'm just going up to pray matters.
Fair enough. What do you? If you need anything, I'll be outside feeding Susie.
Right, I'll be praying, like I said.
Alvina's one wandered off. As you say this, you know, any explanation, it's like, cool.
Yeah.
She'll go and check on the others to see if they're all still asleep, though.
That's fair. The point as you get to the statue, you see this massive stone carving. That's a little bit rough in areas. It's either being damaged slightly or it wasn't carved by someone particularly skillful in the job. There are rough features, as well as your standard angelic kind of ligaments. No, body parts. You've got the wings and like this flowing hair, kind of carved in stone. The arms outstretched. But as you look at it, even with the face being very kind of basic, there's not a lot of detail. Like it's evident it's supposed to be a kind of angelic face with feminine features, but it's very simplistic. But even so, even just kind of looking at it, go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay.
Alvina.
It's going to be what I think it is anyway. So close to that 20 on the virtual roll.
So close, so close.
12.
As you look at it, there's, I don't know, a tingle at the back of your head and a slight warmth in the pit of your heart. A feeling of familiarity with this entity. But you can't quite scratch how or why or where. And it might just be a divine kind of presence coming out from the statue itself. But you feel familiar and connected to this entity.
Mum.
Okay, so the point will start talking to the statue. Okay. Again, probably no one else is listening, but it'll probably be in even just subconsciously celestial. Just go, hey, so I guess I'm supposed to wake up some employee of yours. Honestly, don't know why they can't wake up themselves. You wouldn't happen to have any tips, would you? Just, how to put on a show, how to do this properly. Oh, kid, I'm talking to a bloody statue.
Talking to a rock. Really talking to a rock.
You get no response.
But yeah, he'll spend the rest of the night just sort of slumped here, just again talking to himself, just practicing the fingering on Merida. I can do this. I can do this.
You do so. As we switch back to Alvina.
Alvina's going to check everyone sleeping in the beds first, essentially.
Yep, everyone appears to be good. At least nobody's told me if they're doing anything else.
And I say, it's like, is Lou thrashing violently? Is Abigail, like, not...
After 4 hours, Lou would have stopped since he pretty much batted President Control away in the first two.
Okay. There you maybe tuck Abigail in and then go and deal with the Hydras if they don't just stop me walking out or don't try to.
They're all a little bit wary of you. They're kind of focused on what they're doing. They kind of like glance at you, but nobody attempts to stop you or interpose you in any way.
That's good.
If anything, they keep a little bit of their distance from you.
The extremely violent one. Good call. Yeah, Alvina's going to then walk out. She's going to push the door too on the way back as well and go over to where hopefully there is a living ogre being sat on by a Hydra that isn't overly stuffed right now.
Roll luck.
Let's roll fate. Let's see.
I did feed her.
Yeah. Yeah, hours ago.
For a lot.
licking her chops.
Well,
Sorry, mate. You deserve better. Or
He
maybe
really
you
did.
did. You did try and kill us, but
he kind of didn't, actually. We kind of killed him
That's it.
as soon as aggression was started.
Unfortunately, the ogre is no longer alive.
Oh, fuck. He's eaten it. He's been completely eaten, hasn't he?
He has, or at least he's kind of been batted across the room. Only half his corpse still there. But give me
oh my god!
give me an animal handling or insight check.
Actually the same, so.
No, he got eaten because they were hungry.
Yeah.
Yep. A creature after Alvina's own heart. There.
Yep. He's Alvina's pet. You know how pets
Yeah.
become like their owners?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The Hydra has eaten the ogre.
Well, Alvina just goes,
Shocked.
well, that's a shame. Anyway.
Ah well.
He's gonna just walk over like, pet. She's just like, what am I
The
gonna
doctor is
do with
very
you?
upset by this.
Good ogre eating machines.
Giant.
Oh, you know what's funny as well, because the acid in their stomach they wouldn't regenerate. Oh, that's horrible for the guy. Oh
It's
no.
it's an ogre, not a troll. That's a troll.
Oh, is it?
For sure,
Oh.
troll is fire, not acid.
Trolls both. In standard
Is it
D&D at least. Yeah, standard
Oh,
D&D. Could entirely optional.
Oh no, that's why the troll bombs are an acid. No, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you guys still have troll head bombs on you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
very,
saving them.
very aware.
Saving them for stuff.
I think Alvina said she was going to eat him at some point, actually, but.
I mean, yeah, that's a basically endless food source.
Yeah. Regenerating.
For,
That went
for
so well
really-
for Grom the Paunch in Warhammer.
and in Torchwood.
I didn't know that was a. But yeah,
Yeah.
so there's a dead ogre. Alvina's going to basically just look after the two Hydras, and is Drax in the corridor?
You have not seen Drax. Drax does not appear to be there.
He's not back yet, then.
They're not.
But yeah, mostly one. I was going to do some stuff with the ogre, but he's dead now, so I guess Alvina will. Oh God. How dark do you want me to go? Because Alvina's going to do something, but I can just put it as fades to black as Alvina pulls out knife.
Oh, you're not gonna have a.
How many
Midnight
rations can I
snack,
get
are you?
out of an ogre?
Oh god, I'm so glad I don't need to eat.
Out of an ogre, half an
Oh,
ogre, so
but-
it's a medium. That depends on
Half
your
an ogre.
skill, but I would say a D4's worth.
Proficiency with survival, which is for that usually.
Ah, then 4.
4. I will take 4 ogre rations, essentially.
All right.
Use those first. Jeez.
No, she's gonna
I
feed
wanna
into the Hydras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's not gonna. She might eat
Suddenly
one
that's like,
herself.
oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's less morbid.
No, yeah, that's fine. It's at that point, it's just
Food for your pets.
yeah,
knows
it's
that
just
she knows that
just
Susie
continuing.
can't not eat them. So
Yeah,
it seems
it's
like
at that point just continuing what nature started.
yeah, she's gonna just butcher the ogre and
All right.
collect the bits.
I think that's sufficient information to fade to black of.
That's
Yeah,
what I
look
want.
at
It's
the
like
corpse,
that's what she's
pull out a
gonna,
knife.
she's gonna do. If there's any parts of otherwise that are useful, yes, but we'll leave that
Like
for later,
what?
off stream, potentially. But yeah, that's
Rated
what Alvina's gonna be
PG.
doing for her morning,
Oh, we're
essentially.
in no way PG.
Not anymore.
My stream was never rated
No, technically we're PG-13.
We've never.
Oh, no, we're
been
not PG-13. We're R. Technically we're R.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine has adult content warning on my streams.
Yeah, to be fair, so does mine.
Yeah, to be safe.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's Alvina's morning.
All right. While all that's happening, I think that kind of brings us all back up to the morning as everyone else starts to wake up. Professor, Professor, you have and also I think it's 2 hours early.
Yeah, I get 6 hours rest.
Then
I'll
you
just
wake
be
up 2 hours
examining
before
the
everyone
thing,
else.
really.
All right. Is there anything particular you want to be doing or examining, or are you fine if we move on to everyone else waking up?
I would have asked the other question that I didn't ask. So if I
Yeah, you've
help
had a long rest.
yeah,
You can cast a spell.
as a ritual again, yeah. But we can hand wave and you can just say you can give me the answer or something. If I were to help, if I were to help, would you assist me, kind of thing? Or is there anything I can do to help? No. Yeah, if I were to assist you.
Could we make a bargain or something like that, essentially, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh, multi-class and a warlock.
Fiend Warlock! Fiend Warlock!
Fiend warlock.
It's an underused but really cool warlock. So
It's my favorite. I love Hurl Through Hell so much.
I love the Devil's Luck, to be honest.
Yeah.
As well. It's my favorite. Actually, no, it's my second
You
favorite.
get the impression back of nothing that would deter them from their mission, but aid they will provide.
That's not enough.
Cool.
So
Cool. If I provide aid for them, they might provide aid for me. Who knows?
provided it doesn't go against what they like, which is that's fair.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
if they probably won't go on like any tangential things that aren't directly towards their goal, but if your goals happen to align along the way, it's fair enough.
Yeah, that's it. Just sort of ask that.
You also get the sense of kind of conviction and righteousness, fury, punishment of they will still adhere to the divine laws of the old guard.
It's a war devil, essentially. So
They wouldn't be a war devil, but devils are still in Alterra beings of enforcers and punishers for the gods.
yeah, that's kind of means warlike.
So they still, unless they are instructed or given permission for certain acts, they will adhere to a certain code of lawfulness because they're still lawful.
Yeah, proper Hell Knight things, essentially. Yes.
So they won't do anything that goes against Melody's code.
Sir? Does anyone know Melody's code? Evidently
Nope, none of you. Definitely not. I don't think any of you actually know who Melody is yet.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. None of us actually know who Melody is. Just remember.
You all failed.
I know the code of the point.
But yes, we get to the morning then as you all wake up. At some point also after the 6 hours, the rats kind of get up and change guard for a new watch. Those who are on watch kind of start going to sleep as the other half kind of get about starting their day.
So, long rest. Then.
But yeah, you've all gained the benefits apart from the point of a long rest.
Hey.
Yay!
Point,
Huzzah.
destiny point.
All my spell slots.
Apart from me.
Yay, Professor, you have spell slots again.
I have spell slots again. It's been so long. That's probably one of the best things about playing like a sorcery type is just the ability to swap out and gain extra spell slots is good fun.
Mm.
Yeah.
The mechanic of soul manipulation.
Annoyingly, there's a class that I'm kind of like leaning towards if I die. It's the new one, the Unearthed Arcana Moon Sorcerer, because it looks kind of amazing.
But yes, unless you guys want to do anything in particular in the morning, I'm going to assume you all kind of meet up in the throne room.
Yeah. I'll be no to go, well, bad news, guys. The prisoner got even. But the good news
Crap. I had
is
an
we
idea
have
for
more
that.
rations.
What do you mean we have more rations?
Don't worry, I'll feed them to the Hydras.
I would think it was obvious. Alvira has finally done what I always suspected and begun eating people.
What do you mean done?
Oh, yes, it's morning, isn't it? Are you all here? Where's the one that was in the turd? Are they here yet?
No, they're not here yet.
Interesting. I guess we'll go collect them on the way.
No, I don't. Okay.
I'm assuming you're just not in this room, wherever you've gone.
I just assumed James didn't move their character.
Oh, yeah. No, whatever. I'm fine waiting for you guys.
I honestly thought the professor would go and explore. Honestly, that was my thought.
Yeah, they would have done, yeah.
Yeah, they've left 2
Just sort
hours.
of moving around, but yeah. Don't really need to. They can just hand wave. The rest of the map gets revealed, and I find some beds and stores and shit. And the other gate didn't need to be really done.
Gwent's still in bed.
So I was picking spells.
Good call, Ansel.
No, that's
I've
fine.
already-
I've
Yeah.
picked a wonderful spell for the day.
Already done
All
that.
right.
Picked a
So are
couple.
we good to get on with the ceremony? Is today the day?
Okay.
Sorry about that. Oh yes, it's just really dusty in here, really
That's-
moldy. We tried to keep under control, but
Oh,
you know
Screw
we're
it.
underground.
Uh,
What is this?
If we're going to start today, we're starting it off right.
Where did all this food come from? There's like 45 pounds of it. Oh, do my own eyes deceive me? Am I finally hallucinating?
No,
No.
Yes.
we are
No.
doing this right. We're at least going to have a decent breakfast. I'm not eating bloody mushrooms all day.
Oh, what?
Wrong with mushrooms?
I've been eating mushrooms my whole life.
I'll try
does
this.
That
And
does explain probably the throat infection.
hand him like
Steak.
a,
Please be a
Oh.
steak.
The,
A
the
really
bloke will
good
point
porridge
out
or
just
something.
the barrel of mayonnaise he made yesterday.
hands him
It's
like
gonna rot.
Way over there.
a really good porridge.
Oh, good call.
They kind of look at it, kind of poke a couple items, kind of give like a little nibble of one, a little taste.
No, I don't like it. It's not like mushroom.
Try this.
Well,
Albina hands him like a sausage.
Okay, let me Oh, it's all meaty.
Yeah, that's the point.
It doesn't taste like mushroom.
No, the dwarf is
Venom.
the point.
Yeah.
Have you got anything that tastes like mushroom?
I imagine it's like Albina's got a fried, like an English breakfast, so there'd probably be a mushroom on it.
there's
Let me try.
We'll try this one.
It's okay, but it's not as good as the blue ones.
and see some of the there's some blue cheese. Yeah, try this then.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good call.
Let me.
It's cheese, come on. If there's anything he's gonna like that's not a mushroom, it's cheese.
Oh, I guess this one's really delicious.
Yeah, there we go.
They're excellently with wine and mushroom.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Can you make 45 pounds of this one?
Yeah, actually.
Tomorrow.
Milk is not something I can make. You can make cheese from mayonnaise, right?
well, there's the
Maybe. I'm gonna look that
There's
up
like
quickly.
a-
The rest is useless. I don't think we could stomach it after a lifetime of eating mushrooms.
there's like a big ring, like a wheel of the blue cheese sitting there going. Well, it
yes,
goes
we'll
quite
take
well
this."
on these, and hands him some crackers.
Oh yes, let me. Oh, it's so dry. Oh, it's taken all the moisture out of my mouth.
Apparently, by the way, googling like mayonnaise cheese just tells me how to make a cheese and mayonnaise sandwich, which, to be honest, is the weirdest thing to have a description of how to make it I have ever seen. A basic sandwich.
Well, have some of this, and some
Yeah,
of the water.
some of the. I don't like it. It doesn't have a taste.
Well, it's water.
Well, yes, but where's the flavor?
Unfortunately, there is no flavor unless you add it.
Well, then why
Flavor?
would I want to drink it when we have wine?
That explains a lot.
Your wine
Yes.
looks like it's had better taste.
Here you go. This is what you do, and I hand him some
Made
water
from the
that I've poured honey.
finest mushrooms.
Are you
Is-
basically saying your wine's shit, mate?
No, the wine has cobalt in it.
The wine's dead. It's a
Oh yeah, the
wall
wine
now.
got exploded. The wine got exploded.
That's just the.
The wine,
communal
the wine
wine.
became a wall that now says "fuck you sucks."
We have other. We have casks in storage.
So,
Hand him some water that has honey in it. Do you like this? We just
When-
experiment.
It's so sweet. It's not bitter like wine.
Eh,
Oi.
Why is it not bitter like wine?
because it's
Try
water
it.
with honey in it.
I had
You
hand
should
him
try
some.
adding it to the wine.
Oh, so you like bitter
Yeah.
things. Try these, and hand him some grapes.
When are grapes bitter?
Oh no,
What grapes
these,
are you eating,
these are okay. They have a similar texture to mushrooms.
I pour him out some vinegar.
They're like a worse mushroom.
God,
Uh,
fucking
well,
mushroom addict.
Oh yeah,
Just a
these
shot
grapes
of
are like
pure
a worse
vinegar.
mushroom.
well, everyone
People are
else,
the worst.
eat up. We
Why,
apparently.
honey?
We appreciate the bountiful 45 pounds of food, but we'll just take the cheese. And honestly, the grapes are like a worse mushroom, so we'll stick to mushrooms.
We appreciate you trying.
You just have shit taste. But
Well,
the
if-
cheese will keep. The cheese will keep.
Keep all the cheese you wish.
Doesn't it disappear and spoil after one day?
Yes.
After 24 hours, yes. Well, I don't
Gonna
know
eat-
this.
They're
That's
gonna
what
eat
you
it fast.
I'd eat that cheese today.
Why? This
we
amount of
couldn't possibly.
this amount of cheese could last us a year if rationed.
Very important. You've got to eat it today.
It's,
Holy
No, we
cheese.
simply no.
It's
This
just-
just seems like a waste.
It's
it's a
holy
very.
Gluttonous, that is.
It's holy cheese.
It's holy cheese, and it will only last today.
Our little stomachs might genuinely die if we tried to eat this.
Feed it
If
between.
today
all
goes
of-
well, we'll have to have a feast later with lots of cheese.
Yeah.
Well, if we're done describing the texture of fucking cheese,
What?
can we continue playing D&D?
Oh, my stomach! Oh!
It's gonna explode.
May interest you in a
Oh,
wafer
God.
thin mint.
Why
Why does it hurt all of a sudden?
You're lactose
Can I
intolerant.
interest you in an
What is
egg in this
lactose
frying pan?
intolerance? Oh God, it's so big! Don't eat the cheese. It's poisoned.
It's
I
not.
prove it's not.
Oh, Holy One, why did you poison us?
God.
The same sitting farting on the throne.
Oh
I
God!
wanted to poison you. I would have.
Also, Alvina just took a giant bite out of the cheese to prove it's not poison.
Why are you not? It's like something's tearing at my stomach.
That's just cheese.
I think
Oh,
I feel
I
you.
don't like.
I feel your diet is kind of maybe stuck you with mushrooms for the rest of your life now.
Well, of course, my diet has just been mushroom wine and mushroom hors d'oeuvres.
Also, just
Your
realised that
stomach
Alvina.
doesn't like other food apparently now.
Also, just realised that Alvina taking a bite out of something and goes, "Of course, it's not poisoned." Possibly isn't reassuring to these people. If anyone takes a bite out of it, they go,
Oh,
"It still might be poisoned."
oh, this is a bad omen to the day.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, can we get a move? Can we just get to the ritual now? Let's get to the ceremony before I die.
Oh god.
Kittle was
That's not going to happen today, old man.
Although
Oh, I might
Maybe
get
tomorrow.
Stop.
he does
first
keep on
along the way.
saying, "I wonder if it's my time," kind of stuff.
Hey, red flag.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting it.
Oh, I'm going to have to hurry. Actually, yeah, I'm definitely going to need that pit stop.
How aerodynamic are you, old man? Let's go throw him at it.
No, no,
Oh,
Alvina,
jeez.
no.
Not throw him into the shithole.
We fade to black as we pass the
Cheese.
sewer pipe into the
Oh,
waste
is it past the
room.
cheese? Okay.
And a few minutes later, old man eventually comes back out. Oh, I think I saw hell.
Sorry.
You and James broke that one.
Looks to
Yeah.
Zomier with a slight disgust in his eye. He'll never speak of this again. Do not try to help us anymore.
Told you. Ow.
Your Holiness. Shall we get to move on?
Yep. Yeah, let's do this.
You tried to do something nice and they just spit it back in your face.
I mean, that's the point.
Just
Well,
seeing you,
it's probably
just
better
seeing
he didn't spit this
Alvina
back in your face.
hugging most of the food along with her.
She's eaten most of it already.
Mhm.
Arr.
If they're not gonna eat it, I'm gonna.
If Zormir's a dairy cow, can we milk him?
No.
No.
He's a dude.
Oh, moving on.
He's a dude. Like,
No.
No.
All right, lower the barrier. As a second layer, you see the door deactivate and the electric field vanish. All right, let's go in now. This is the sarcophagus of a messenger.
Is there any writing on it?
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
that's what I would have done. I would have cast Comprehend while I was waiting for these guys to appear after breakfast.
That's fine. You can't make any details out from through the force field.
Can Alvina, actually.
Not through the force field, just because it's partially obscuring. The crackling energy makes it hard to actually like focus on anything beyond. It kind of gives you a migraine when you try to look too much.
Oh god, that'd be really bad for Alvina with her eyes.
Yeah, it's like
Her
a
eyes
like a
wanna do that.
flickering screen effect. It's really annoying and distracting. But with the force fields gone and your eyes actually able to like focus in on the device rather than just the shape of it,
Yeah.
you can see that it's got the same arcane arachnid symbology around it as the arc table had, and it appears to be some form of arcane device.
Oh, spider coffin. Got it.
Yes, this is let's get the helpers through here. We have a little ladder we like to pull out so that we can like get up to the device, as they just come with like a little set of wooden steps that go up like 5 feet and just place it in front. Yes, thank you. You just wait over there until I need you. Yes. The one. This is the messenger of our salvation, of the holy melody. We don't know what their name is, only that we were asked to guard them. And for 1,000 years, over 15 generations, we have done just that. I am the 16th Grey Whiskers, to watch over the messenger on the day the one who hears the melody arrives to awaken them. Oh, that's all I've got in terms of ceremony. We kind of hoped you would take over at this point.
Maybe their name is Verse
That's what I would say.
for melody.
Okay.
Yes, do your thing.
Before you approach, might I have a second to examine to make sure you won't be in any immediate peril?
Good call.
I did observe it for a good time a good long while last night.
What did you find out about it?
It spoke to me.
Yeah. Is it nice?
It is filled with anger and
Aw.
pain.
I mean, it is dead. Or
Mm.
in a coffin. I can understand it being full of anger and pain.
I'm going to cast message on it and say, I am here. My companion, the point, is here. They will help you. We will help you. Tell us what to do.
You get no response.
It's unconscious, I suppose.
I'm casting tongues on myself and just gonna, like, I'm wearing the points band T-shirt that I made back at the,
Yeah,
and I just tap him on the shoulder and say, "Yep, go on, you'll do well."
you got this point.
And then I'm going to stand away because I'm a coward.
Now,
All that there.
Albina's going to be standing right about here, where the wall is that is the thinnest.
Peeking round the corner.
Okay. The point will kind of begin to stretch out, and we'll kind of wander around the space. Okay. Promise.
Guidance.
And we'll hand the coins which he enchanted last night to one to the professor, one to Alvina, one to Grey Whiskers.
What are these?
So, just squeeze them when you get the chance. Well, when I indicate.
Lu's like about to squeeze.
So when I enter,
Gotcha.
Very well.
and he'll
I trust you.
pull out Merida, stretch again. Okay, messenger, are you ready to rock? And starts playing Minor Illusion Smoke.
As you do that, Fucky's gonna give you backing rhythm and give you bardic inspiration as well.
And yes, as he plays, he's slowly building it up. He will one by one point to the professor, to Arvina, to Grey Whiskers, to squeeze the coins, which assuming you do, which play a 6-second ethereal bit of music on loop.
I was gonna say,
building up this song.
Do you want to give the coin to Zormir as well? Because then I can give you backing as well, because I've got an instrument.
Yeah, okay, let's give that coin to Zormir.
Albina will assist with backing with loot.
Yeah, so each coin only makes sound in a 10-foot radius, so not everyone can hear the coins, but close enough.
Yeah.
They'll do that, and we'll start building up to the tune he can hear in his head, going, "Oh, messenger of melody, I ask you, please, wake. And on that last wake, he will, from his wrist, throw one of the deck of illusion cards on the ground.
I summon Blue
What
Eyes
language
White
is this
Dragon.
in, by the way?
This will be in...
I'm casting
It would have started in common, but it would have... Yeah, for the wake bit, it would have been celestial, but kind of, it would have sounded to anyone who speaks celestial as awakening.
I've cast pyrotechnics in behind you as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so with my card, I summon an Erinius, which is a devil.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a demonic Valkyrie, isn't it?
Jeez.
Yep.
All that's playing in my head.
I mean, fully illusory, but yeah, there.
All that's playing in my head at the moment is that Doctor Who episode where they're singing at the sun.
Yeah, the long song.
I'm picturing more the Mummy waking up Imhotep from the second one.
I just imagined, like, show me what you got from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Jeez. Different levels, I guess, of cultural significance.
Pyrotechnics go off behind the point as well.
Okay. Another point, remind me, did you cast anything on the coins, or is this your artificer coins?
Those are artificer coins. Just playing the music which I played into them with Merida's core earlier.
That's fine. Just needed to check. Okay, so as you're playing the song and your coins are letting off their own melodies and tunes, the pyrotechnics goes off behind you in this performance, and you throw down the card of the fiendish creature. As you do so, the actual chrome device seems to almost kind of give a little pulse of energy as a kind of screen at the front of it, as it kind of comes out, this little segment kind of almost like activates, and a little drawer kind of comes out a little bit from the front, with that kind of elevates upwards to reveal a Arcanite screen. And on the screen, you see what appears to be some form of bar that is lit up about 2/3 of the way already, with the same teal energy that the light is radiating down above it. And as you do so, you see 2 holes kind of spiral into appearance next to either side of it, almost like input valves. And the pyrotechnics around you begin to unravel as they are kind of exploding off, and even as they're kind of the casting is being done and the light is kind of exploding off, you see them seem to almost convert back into arcane threads as you would as if you're casting them, and they get sucked in to the two holes on either side as a tiny little segment of the bar for those with high passive seems to go up a tiny bit.
How high a passive?
Yeah, anything more than like, I don't know, 15.
Okay, cool. I'm at 15. I mean, it would be like, throw magic at it. It's working.
What would the party
Okay.
like?
That's why I was like, how high? I'm okay. I've got an idea, but I don't know if I'll be able to have noticed.
I have a spell.
Something like non-dangerous, I imagine. Something that won't just like blow up, but does like a big effect.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what the best thing I can do is.
Fuck you's going to cast Fairy Fire.
Pretty, you
on
don't
the
have
sarcophagus.
the spells.
I have a single 3rd level spell slot left. And that's
Fuck you,
it.
cast Fairy Fire.
All right, let me have a look here. As you cast Fairy Fire, you see a little bit of a glow as again your spell unravels and is sucked in to the intake valves, and the light on the device barely moves to the point where you're not actually sure it does or if it's just like a pixelization effect.
Can I do that? Where is it?
I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray, aiming the rays to those two holes.
All right, you do so. What level are you casting at?
3rd level.
3rd level.
There are the rolls if you need them.
You do so, and as they're approaching the device, they too unravel and are sucked in. And you see the device ticks up again, the same amount as the pyrotechnics, but is only maybe like 1/100th of a tick up.
I don't believe I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I have an idea.
But throw the cheese at it!
Oh yeah, Albina just eats the cheese, and Albina's gonna start actually casting a ritual. Because I can do that.
So
Albina's gonna start casting.
You throw the cheese just bounces off the device.
It
It's
didn't work.
magical.
Albina's
it's
gonna
also
start.
lactose intolerant.
Albina's gonna start casting speak with animals as a ritual as a barbarian. It's one
Fancy.
of the things Totem can do.
All right, we'll
There's-
come back to you in 10 minutes.
Yep.
You said there was like a. They said there was like a rod, like a sort of hole shape.
No, there are two intake valves that have kind of opened up to either side of the screen, which is what the energy is being sucked into.
I'm
Okay.
going to step forward and expend all but one of my charges of Wand of Wonder. So 6 full charges of Wand of Wonder into the thing.
Can
How
we
much
see what
did it
happens?
move when you done the scorching rays?
1/100th.
For a 3rd level? Jesus. Maybe it's the level that the spell is like base that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Because the base Scorching Ray is like a low level spell.
Do you want me to roll for Wand of Wonder things or just say I expend a bunch of things?
I'm fine with just you saying you expend a bunch of things.
Whisper roll me what they are, because I'm genuinely what they would have been, because I'm curious.
Sure.
Okay, you're releasing
Sure,
6 of them.
Yeah, six charges.
As you do so,
because I get a max of 7 charges. But it's all just chaos magic, and I'm hoping for like a Scarlet Witch backlash thing almost.
as you do so,
That's
the
cool.
device consumes the magic. As each spell kind of just begins to ignite and do whatever the effect is, but then is immediately unraveled and sucked into the device. And you see it tick up 6 more times. It is now over 2/3 full. To clarify, it was already about, well, it's about 2/3, and you've managed to get maybe 8% more.
Ignore that last one.
From the doorway, I will put a Guardian of Faith in there, so 4th level spell.
Oh god.
Fuck you's going to do a 5th level shatter as well.
Fair. You see with your 4th level spell, it tick up by 10% to 80% complete.
The
as
point is who he is. So
as the 5th level spell goes in, it ticks up another 10% to 90%.
the point is going to unload all of the spells from his Lyre of Building, which recharges at dawn into this, which is a 4th level spell, a 6th level spell, a 5th level spell, and another 4th level spell, and a cantrip. All in.
You probably only need to do like the 4th, 5th, or 6th.
Yeah, you've seen both the 4th and the 5th almost tick it up by like 10% each, and it's at 90% now.
I'm a punt
Okay, so I will
tentacle into it.
I will. Oh, I've got a really good RP thing. Really good RP thing. Okay.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So what I'm going to do is we're trying to summon something here. I'm going to summon a construct in front of
Ooh.
as a vessel for whatever is in there. So let's go for a stone golem.
Oh,
Well,
my God.
a stone construct which uses stats here.
Yeah, not an
All
actual
right.
golem.
And is that a level
Yeah.
spell?
That is a level 6 spell, I think.
It's something construct.
It's 5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 4th, so summon construct
No,
level
that's
4.
4th is fine because that is the equivalent of a rare soul shard, which gives it 10 mana points.
Nice, done. I'll
Yeah,
need
there's
to stop
version
casting Speak with Animals, knowing that it's worked.
but like a minute into it, everyone just pumping spells into it. As the rest of, because it's effectively just a progress bar, the progress bar completes as given Zormir, give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Explode.
Damn. A couple things click in your mind here.
Oh, as we
With your
finish the ritual.
knowledge of soul shards and the inherent exponential energy of the soul, but also with the fact that this is clearly just consuming mana, the fact that it was already 2/3 full, and their comment about them essentially sacrificing themselves at the end, or like feeding themselves to this device.
Yeah.
A were-rat is only kind of soul power of a uncommon creature, so the equivalent of like a second or third level spell.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly sacrificed a few.
A lot of people.
They appear to have amassed the equivalent of effectively 6 spells or 6 4th level spells worth of souls over the 1,000 years they've been here. It would have taken them another 500 years of death.
Yep.
To what you guys have just accomplished in like 4 or 3 or 4 4th level spells.
In a minute.
What you do with this knowledge is up to you. But you now have it.
You just saved like 3 or 4 future generations.
Yep.
Granted, they would have died anyway, and to be fair, from the sounds of this world, their souls would have gone to the divine armies, but they've effectively been doing what monsters do when they consume souls, but they've been doing it for this item.
In reverse.
They have been destroying their own souls, similar to what the soul shard pendants around your neck that Abigail gave you does.
Mm-hmm.
Into this item to feed it energy.
Cool.
But anyway, from that,
he's a little.
Far more meaningless ways.
Chris, do I realize this with my soul gauntlet?
That's what I was gonna think of next. Give me an intelligence check with proficiency for you as well, because this does directly relate to the soul shards, or at least similar to the soul shards.
Okay, I will do so. Do I have advantage because it's my whatchamacallit?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll allow that because that's literally what your class is designed to focus on.
Your class's job.
Okie doke. It would just be. Would it be history?
It's just any intelligence proficiency to just make an advantage roll in any
proficiency. Okay, so
yeah, because it's for your class.
19.
19.
That's low for me.
No, but you also get while while you don't understand the mechanics of how it's converting the souls, you know enough about how monsters consume souls, because that's also kind of a central focus, that they've essentially been feeding souls and destroying them, similar to what the soul shards do, but through this item. This item, while it maybe works slightly differently, you're not quite sure how because you're also still fully learning how the soul shards work, there is a common, at least, root of technological theory to this item directly tied to those soul shards. They are both consuming souls and turning them into energy.
So with that check, can I look round, my red recording light still blinking, and do that whisper as I look towards old guy?
You can. The old guy's going to look at you confused because he has no idea what we're on about.
No?
As he is, no, well, he has no intention of doing it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He doesn't want to die.
Well,
He's going to immediately throw himself
okay.
into the meat
No,
grinder.
he wants this. He's not that insane occultist.
He's not frothing yet. Give him some time.
That's fine. Okay.
But as the mostly because I need to also wrap this up. It's 9:30. This is supposed to be the ending scene. As the device completes, you see the light begins to almost intensify down as if it's now been fully powered enough to activate its full capabilities. And you can feel the slight vibration of the device, similar to what the arc table does when it's doing its internal processing. And a second later, the light blinks off. And the little chrome archway above it where the lights were coming on, retracts back, and the frosted glass tilts back into the device. The device opens as kind of this little burst of mist and light spray of water. There's a scent of lime and citrus in the air. Opens up with a little ding.
Oven fresh.
Mhm.
And
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
you see all the were rats around you drop to their knees with tears running down their eyes. As the point, you no longer hear the serenade in the back of your mind. The music's gone. The music's stopped. As all the rats are just kind of too overwhelmed by the final silence that they've never known, have just dropped in amazement.
So I assume the point has been playing this whole time. I think he just ends on a chord. It doesn't necessarily have to be the end, a satisfying cadence, just a power chord.
It's got a dramatic end. If not the correct end, it's a dramatic end.
Exactly. And just goes, holy shoot. It actually worked.
Not you can do it.
As the mist kind of clears away, this light little spray, you can hear something moving in the device. Yes?
Can I murmur back the rhyme that I heard it unconsciously say, but sprinkle in No, I won't sprinkle in anything.
Just say it back.
I'll just sort of recite it back so it knows that it's me.
A shadow flashes across the kind of interior device as a figure begins standing up and approaching the edge of the device. You can kind of see the top of what appears to be a black brim hat with a feather in it, as the device seems to be quite large and kind of the size fitted for a giant potentially. But the figure that kind of emerges at the end as they slowly come up is very clearly medium humanoid size with the hat size, as they eventually get to the edge of it and kind of jump up onto the lip of the device into full view as you all see what appears to be with a kind of shadow cast over their face, a deep red skinned with horns now kind of protruding from the edges of the hat. Almost tiefling, but clearly more devil-like, with a black mustache and goatee, and a tail wisping behind them in what can only be described as a bard's outfit. The figure stands and looks down at you all. And in Infernal, begins speaking, which a few of you can understand, those with tongues already up.
Or Lugren, naturally.
That was quite the nap. Now, this doesn't appear to be the Titans. Kind of glancing at all of you, kind of quizzically looking at all the whereas and then at the party, and switches to common mid-sentence. Doesn't look like the Titans' guts.
I'll be
hello.
his language. Howdy.
Dalf does tell me, where are we?
Titan Guts.
Some weird cult church in Titan's Guts. We're in Titan's Guts, right?
But we're not actually in the stomach of a Titan, right?
Not to my knowledge.
Possibly.
Appear
It's
to
not-
be in a cathedral.
It's not digested us.
Right, yes. That was what I was concerned about when it ate me, yes.
Ah, okay. That explains a lot, actually. That really explains a lot.
You were at by a Titan.
Ate you?
Well, yes, I managed to get into the, Well, actually, I'm not quite sure what the Arcanites call this.
Rejuvenation Pod is a good title.
No, that's fair. Yes, I jumped into this and put myself into stasis when we were attacked by old Mr. Stone Guts.
And
I think I thought I'd
long-
never wake up.
Well, fair.
What is the last thing you remember? A war? A fight?
Oh well, yes, we had we decided to
a more,
attempt to tilt the balance in the Rainbow War.
a more prominent question is,
Oh, sorry.
who are you?
Chris, the Rainbow War was how many thousands years ago?
A decent couple, like 3,000-4,000.
I mean, these people have been literally here for at least 1,000 years, throwing their bodies into this meat grinder. I
At least
assumed it was
1,000.
quite an old guy.
Okay.
Yeah, the Rainbow War would have happened after the Age of Power, so about 4th-5th gen.
Good to know. Thank you. Sorry, Bob. On you go.
More good question is, who are you?
What do we call you, at least?
Well, I don't really have a name so much as a designation. I'm the Devil's Piper.
Oh my god, it really is Johnny! I'll tell you this story later. I'll tell you the story after.
Devil's
Well,
Piper.
Devil's Piper. I am. Minor illusion, smoke, pose. The point, and I have summoned you here to, I don't know, help wake up a goddess or something.
As you see, his kind of facial features kind of lower a bit more serious. Ah, yes. Now I remember. We'd gone to the Rainbow War to attempt to assassinate Archentome. Things didn't work out. There was a clash between the primordial fleet and the divine regiments. Did you say you were brought here to waken? Who are you?
No bad guys.
I am Smoke Strum. The point.
Yeah, he's the point.
Never heard.
And these are the rest of them.
Yeah, that we get that literally every like 10 minutes here.
Well, you're annoyed, but
Yes. Is there something
I
wrong with
think-
that?
I think you have been asleep for a very long time.
you can see her kind of eyes wide, kind of mumbling to herself.
Yeah, I assume.
Is that a devil? Devils don't exist anymore. They're legend. They're fairy tales.
Yes.
Yes, that's what we keep hearing. Yeah, he's like,
You've been asleep for around 4,000 years.
4 or 5.
The Rainbow War is over.
That's troubling.
Yes.
What's the state of the Radiant Empire?
Many of them were devoured by others. Many of them retreated to their own domain. They enslaved Noids now.
I know that one. That's the Radiant Empire is the ones who devoured the remaining ones.
Yes.
That happened in that happened within the first 2,000 years. I don't know. I was just a newborn cup at that point. What I'm asking is that bastard Arkantone still alive? And answer me
Is he?
truthfully, because I'll get the word out of you one way or the other.
Got no clue.
I
Personally,
could-
probably. though.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably, but got no actual idea.
I have no
Useless.
clue.
All right.
My leader
be
would know.
honest,
I could
yes,
contact them for you if you wish.
You asked me to be honest, so.
Quite frankly, I'm more concerned about the level of arcanficery I'm seeing about you. Has there been a second coming of the Noid Empires? I thought those got wiped out.
We're a bit
No.
weird.
We're kind of from a different
Did it?
version of here.
No.
Albania just face palms.
Point.
I
Ah,
turn towards you and shake my head.
It's like a.
Why do I even try?
I'm just gonna pick the point.
Yeah, we come from a different cathedral.
It's fine.
Right. Well, it's nice to meet you. You seem decently useful enough. I assume you have enough magic power to at least get this thing to activate. It was only half charged when I jumped in. Quite frankly, I never thought I'd wake up.
Oh God.
Jesus, they were
It
killing
was
people.
half charged. It was
Yes,
half charged when they jumped in, and
And
they've
they
been
got it-
here 1,000 years.
They got it to 2/3, which is about what?
1/6.
About a sixth, yeah.
So, I'm assuming you have your own goals and motivation, but let's be clear, I don't care.
That's fine.
And
what is
we're
your
going on a
goal?
little trip. Is one of
To
you
kill
mentioned a leader who might know?
Yes, my leader may know if Arkantome survives. And
Well,
where
great.
they
Well,
might
as your
be.
Noid souls, you're under the dominion of the gods. So, I'm going to need you to
Hmm.
pledge your allegiance right now. You're being recruited. Or, what's the term? You're being drafted.
I've already been drafted before.
Gun.
Sorry, already
What's up?
pledged. Got an oath.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we are pledged to gods already.
Oh, which ones?
The good ones.
Which ones do you consider to be the good ones? Name one.
What
The
Rhea.
point just points at the point points at the tattoos on his head.
Oh, Albina just points at
that
herself.
one.
Albina just points at herself.
Oh, interesting, actually. As he hops down and walks over to the point. Let me see that.
Oh, they can read it. Of course they
they can read
because
it.
they're they can speak in world Latin, essentially. Fun.
Interesting. Well then. That's
None of us can
unexpected.
read it. What does it say?
Oh. That I'm keeping to myself. That is very interesting. Going to be a bit
We
of a
woke you up.
pain. Gonna have to kill a couple thousand people. Well, I say people. More like my once siblings who died and were unfortunately corrupted. I don't know. What's happened to the Deadlands at this point. Not the Deadlands.
If you name them,
Oh, the
them,
corpse
we can help
lands.
locate them.
Yes, corpse lands. It seems that the next of my siblings in the corpse land, or at least two of them are in the corpse lands. Looks like one will. Oh, she made it to another world. Fascinating. I take it that's where you're from. Okay.
Interesting. That's
What?
good to know.
What is this?
Anyway, so you're already
Chris, you
drafted. Good to
bastard,
know.
Give me
good
some
to know.
answers now.
The rest of you, I don't
No.
suppose are also drafted already. This one's soul already belongs to me. Well, technically it belongs to Melody, but as an agent of Melody, I have the right to enlist and draft any agent of the Pantheon that I see fit.
The
Consider me
gun-
your new general.
The gun
quick
raises
question.
towards
Quick-
the. From Dormy points a gun at him and goes,
Oh no.
"You're not
No.
drafting us. We have our own objectives. Kindly
Where are
fuck
they
off."
standing? Sorry, where are they standing, Chris? Where's their?
In
I
front
don't
of
see
the
them any.
pointers. Oh yeah, they've not got a model.
Oh yeah. Did just quick question? Did that illusory Erinez ever go away, or is it just still there?
Oh, I assume it's magic also got kind of thingy done.
Okay,
So,
just
I'll-
wondering if all of this is happening just with an illusory Erinez there.
Albina steps forward a little bit and just pushes Abigail behind herself a bit. Interposing between demon and fairly innocent person. The one innocent person we have in our group.
Oh, hey.
Piper.
You're not innocent, you know what you've
Listen.
done.
You seem to know more about me than I know about you. But they're with me. And if I'm pledged to whatever cause it is you're fighting for, I think they're going to help. There's no need to pledge them properly.
No, it's okay, sweet idiot child. You're annoyed. You wouldn't understand. This is devil matter. As you see him, almost in a flash of an eye, before you can really comprehend what's happening, a pipe appears at his lips. Just play nice, and come along to the piper's tune. As a melody begins playing out into the room. And I need you all to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no.
Can Alvina, as he pulls the
What can
pipe
I
out,
do
just clasp her hands over her ears?
Counter charm, bard.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's not a
Level
reaction.
2 bard.
But this happens before you have the chance. And also,
Yeah.
it's magical music, it just penetrates your ears.
Oh, I'm resistant to charms anyway, it's fine. I was hoping for advantage. I already have advantage, so
Well, that tracks.
That really tracks.
That tracks.
I don't know if I can physically make this roll, but I'll try.
Have advantage. Where's my
20!
spell?
20's not bad! Thank you, elf.
Where's it gone? Where's my reaction?
There
There it is.
Ali, you would still technically have bardic inspiration. You got
And
the
guidance. Is it a spell?
Yeah,
I think a natural one and save it.
I think at this stage, just from everything that's going on already being pledged,
Yeah.
it feels better to just leave this as a natural one.
I also think if you rolled max on bardic inspiration, max on guidance, I still think it's probably too low.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm passing with a 20, so...
Is this a spell that I can see being cast? Like, can I
It is
counter
not.
it?
It is part of
Okay.
his abilities.
Yeah, I assumed it was an
Right.
ability. I was assuming it was ability or item effect.
After all, this is the Devil's Piper.
Yeah. By the
And
way,
the Devil's Piper has started to play his tune.
that's not bad, Professor.
I know, it's not the best.
It's
though,
not
is it?
amazing, but it's not awful.
It isn't. Yeah.
Would anyone like to do anything before I announce the results?
Yeah, I'm going to spend my destiny point to re-roll mine because mine was hot trash.
Yeah, same.
I will. Do I want to spend one of my destiny points? It's been so long since I've had two.
Hey, fuck
better.
you and Gwent, nice! I love that Gwent needed to roll average to get a 20 as well.
Yeah. Bad.
I'm spending
All right.
two
I
of
think
my
you'll
destiny.
fine.
I'm spending
Yeah,
two of my
alright,
destiny
I'll try
points
and
to
get
do
a-
something.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try and get it higher. Oh shit! Oh yes, it's probably higher than that, but it's better than a 17. Some good destiny points right there.
I'm spending the destiny point I get from the start of this and my destiny point going from the thing. Step in and bunt him with my shield and shoot the pipe away from his lips,
Shockwave him.
or knock the pipe away with his lips with my gun, with the laser gun. That's if I've made the save. If I've not made the save, it wouldn't work anyway.
21, dude. 21's pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna do that next time
Okay.
as the start of initiative.
Hey, Luke Grim,
Nice.
nice.
Oh, lots of above 20s here. I'm
Why are
liking
you
it.
resistant to jumps?
I think it's
That's
because
good.
of it being the. Isn't it with your warlock or something? You got.
Also, he rolled already though.
Did it?
Did you use your
He rolled a
destiny?
13.
Oh yeah, I assume Lou's using his destiny point here,
Oh, right.
Okay.
since everyone else is using their destiny points.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Neil, you are,
It's
you
good,
are
it's gone-
muted if
it's
you are
gone
talking
really
as
well.
well.
Done really well, in fact, everyone who used a destiny point.
Yeah.
I'll take a 20 because it's like I don't think I'm gonna get much better than that. I rolled a 19. I'm fine.
It works. It works so well. If like the DC is 20, because they've just woken up, it's lower than like 25. If
it's 25, we're fucked. So we just have to accept that.
It works so well that we all rolled above 20, except for the point who rolled a 1. It's great.
Yay!
Perfect.
As the Piper's tune plays out for just the pre-scene action, the DC is 18.
Hey!
Thank God.
As all of you succumb, or most of you succumb to his charm for a second, with your destinies already on track of their own and not willing to be sidetracked by this devil, you all amazingly, using your own destiny.
Or Alvina being elf. Just doesn't notice there's a song playing.
Which I do love the flavor of suddenly your destinies steering themselves, being steered away, being like, no, get back.
Get back in.
We already have a path. Everyone but the point does not succumb to the charm. However, and actually, since I was mostly just going to do Abigail's succumbing since the rest of you looked like you were, but I'm going to give her a chance to actually succeed and roll properly because, you know, everyone else did.
Yeah!
18,
Yes!
she makes it.
Very cool.
Okay,
Yes, my
then
girl.
only the point out of the party succumb to the charm along
the rats.
with the rest of the rats, because unfortunately, the rats automatically fail to the Pied Piper's tune.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
the rat follows the
because
piper.
they're
I
rats.
was
Fuck you.
thinking it was a piper. I honestly
Fuck you.
thought it's a piper. I didn't think it was a demon piper, but I'm so happy.
What
It is.
what do you want? What do you want? You said my name. What do you want?
Oh,
And that's where we're going to end for the day. The Piper taking over the point and attempting to subvert the party to their own desires. How this plays out, I don't know. It's going to be a tricky either diplomatic
Good one.
scene / half combat scene next week. That's where we're going to end today. Thank you all for playing. Thank you for watching. This has been Alterra, the Shattered Altsphere, episode 17, the Tale of the Radiant.
Good game. Good game.
Hell yeah.
yeah, nice.
Very, very good session. Lots of role
Very
play.
good.
That's a
Love
roll.
role
Yeah.
play.
And we lost the captive. Wasn't our fault for once.
Yeah.
We didn't kill him.
We didn't this time. We didn't kill him
It wasn't
again.
us, therefore we're innocent. Sure, it was our pet that did it, and we put them next to our pet, but it wasn't us.
It was us. I fed
Okay.
her. I did everything in my power.
Not press the
blame us
button
if
yet,
we're
but
hungry.
we'll press the button once everyone's
Oh, yeah.
stopped.
Here's the thing. I haven't pressed the button on mine, so we were getting
Yeah.
on mine either way. So,
So, can we
Bye.
close with an advert? Coming soon from Alterra Incorporated. Hungry Hydras.
yeah.
Just ogre
Hungry,
faces
hungry,
painted on them.
do you want to eat ogres randomly?
Hey, hungry hire.
Hey, Hydras.
Today.
For ages 7 and up.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Alterra Incorporated not
Yeah.
responsible for any loss of limbs.
Or death.